We saw wild deer. We saw a wild fox on the way while driving. I got arrested. And then afterwards...
Wait.
What's
Go
up?
back.
What? What happened?
I see how you set this up. Wait.
What?
You said you got arrested?
What?
Got well rested, I think he meant to say.
I can't believe famous YouTuber Sonic RXD was caught being a nuisance streamer in Japan.
Oh no!
Yep. See, I told you started his ACAB arc and he denied it.
I guess I'll do an intro then.
You don't have video yet.
Oh, my bad. You're right. I haven't shared my video yet.
He's waiting to reveal it. He's gonna be like, "Yo, look at my cool holiday stuff."
Silly me. No, it's not because of my holiday stuff. It's because of my new camera.
Oh, and his haircut's different.
Oh yes, I got my hair. Yes, I got it shortened it a bit.
Look at that cute primmed boy. He's so groomed. I combined groomed and primmed.
Grim?
To grimmed. My bad.
He's so grim. He's so grim.
I've been doing that at an increasing amount lately to a concerning degree.
Please say well groomed, not just groomed.
Yeah, well, I guess that'll be our intro. And the thing I want to bring up right away is, as you can see, guys, new camera, which means it's no more stuttering, no more weird, like, lagging, jittering, black screen. But the consequences, unfortunately, is that I am now as red as a tomato.
That's easy to fix in post. You just
I'm
change
very
the hue.
zoomed in.
Yeah.
I guess so, but I'm also just wondering why this camera has done this to me. Watch this. Check this out. Watch. Look at my face. Look how white I am now. I'm back to white boy now. Look at me.
Oh, I think it's contrast because the background's so green.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe that is why. But then now watch this. I'm gonna turn. I'm getting angry.
I love the idea of him getting mad. It's awesome.
I think that was one of the reasons why I used to be so blue, is because my background's so green. So it was like, I've got this red hair, and it would just fuck up. But also, that's a very funny clip for the intro Sonic, and I'm sure there'll be a phenomenal moment that you can be like, I'm going to make myself look very angry in the thumbnail. Like it's literally just you, but you add steam coming out your ears, and like a little vein throbbing on your head, but... Other than that, it's literally just how you look on this camera.
This is a pretty, like, emergency camera that I got because I just came back from Japan about, like, 3 or 4 days ago. So I literally came back and I'm like, we're going to record an episode. I don't have a camera unless if I destroy my phone again. So got a camera online, shipped it to my house within 1 day. And this camera is about, like, $8. So it's about an $8 quality camera.
That's good quality for the price.
Honestly, yeah, it's just like, you know, pretty good, like, whatever, like, price camera.
Shit, if you ever saw any of my early vlogs and stuff, or like when I'm on camera in the early days from like 2012, 2014, oh my god, it was so terrible. It's like this is pretty good actually.
Nice. Although I will say this will only be a temporary. I will get a better camera eventually. This camera annoys me because look how close I am to it. I kind of wish I could back it up so you can see all the crap on my table, which I have a lot, and we'll get to that.
On the plus side, there's no wall next to the green screen, so it's literally just you wherever. Like, the back rooms are not being interrupted by a wall, it's just the back rooms.
It is true, but I want to show the cool shit on my table and whatnot, but we will get to that. I will adjust this later on the episode for the bit and whatnot. Regardless, still in the intro, one last thing we got to bring up here is... Everyone, round of applause for the Force Snake! Everybody, give it a round of applause. MVP. He did an amazing job editing our last episode, his first Kombat Kings episode that he edited. So thank you very much.
And hopefully the last, because oh my god, I had so many issues making that.
We've heard in the
mainly with the exporting and the stuff, yeah.
It kept crashing during the edit because it had to have 4 screens. I'll show you this. This is... I was going to have a green screen behind Sonic, but I was like, I can't reasonably do that.
That's
because it would just make it take so much longer. But yeah, I was going to have this wonderful art of Chameleon. People were like, why this? It's good art, but why is that behind Sonic? And then you get to the part and they go, oh, that's why.
The Chameleon part. Nice. Oh, I look so pale there.
Yeah, looking at that for contrast. But yeah, then I had trouble with the rendering. It kept crashing, so I had to move it all over into a new file, like a new document to get it all in, but then that meant some things didn't work out right. So like the positioning of the timer gag when I'm just sat there saying nothing and it's just counting how long it takes me before I say something, it's like 20 minutes. That wasn't supposed to be like in the middle, it's supposed to be just above me. But I forgot to reposition that. And then there's the issue that I didn't find out until like a day later, where I found out that the last like few minutes got cut off of the episode.
Yeah.
So I went back and rendered that part separately. It's a separate unlisted video. So when you watch that previous episode, right at the end screen just links to that, and then you can get to what was left of the conversation. So if you missed that last time, please give it a watch. That you get the full context of everything that happened.
But yes, thank you very much, Snake. People in the comments were very supportive of the episode, and I was not able to help out too much behind the scenes because in Japan I have really limited Wi-Fi, so I couldn't even watch the episode like barely but I did read a lot of the comments, and I will still say that I still feel very sorry for last episode personally, because it did feel really bad leaving Snake stranded for like an hour, just me and Dog talking about shit that doesn't matter, me and him bickering. It's like, look, just because we have some fun rivalry with me and Dog, we shouldn't leave out Snake. I just want to post this picture. This is me and Dog when we were arguing about Chameleon. And this is Snake. this is the situation.
Sorry, Sonic is the one with the beer bottle being aggressive, and I'm the one who's like, I just want to say that it's my opinion on this. A rare example of me being the submissive one.
Yeah. Dog coming in with that one clip that Sonic likes to use. That's my opinion!
Indeed, yes. So, in my opinion, I nominate this episode today directed for Snake. And by that, I mean, behind the scenes right now, we have about a dozen topics. I'm not even joking, just listed out so many things that we can talk about. I want Snake to be the one shifting the gear. I want him to pick the topics. So you tell us what we want to talk. You choose the topics. You choose what we want to say.
That's very kind of you, Sonic. So shut the fuck up and let me talk about my stupid bullshit for like 20 minutes. If you'll observe.
Whoa! Oh my gosh, that's so sick. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yo. I got wow, that's actually really awesome.
I am Johnny fucking Cage.
I am John Carl.
Is that official merch, by the way?
I have a little pin.
I guess so. I guess it is official.
It's a little pin that says the same thing.
Oh, that's awesome. Is that like a pin you can like pin onto your shirt or pin onto like your bag and stuff?
Another pin, I could just go. I could do that.
That's awesome.
I don't really do stuff like that, but it's cool having.
Yes. And just so you know, by the way, you're foreshadowing a big thing that's about to happen later on in the episode. Wink, wink.
Oh.
With that pin. Wink, wink.
Oh.
You'll see why.
I see. But I'm also Johnny fucking Cage because
Yo.
McFarlane Toys MK2 Jonathan.
That's cool.
Here he is.
You reminded me that I
very
thought about
sick.
getting a Chun-Li figure that I saw recently. A guy was showing off. It has so much articulation. And I'm like, this Chun-Li figure is fucking awesome. Yeah. I never had an action figure before. I usually get my inanimate stack shoes, but
Please, app.
oh,
Very cool.
you have the Shiva
Hey,
one too with the squishy
there we go. There we
cheeks.
go. Does he have squishy
I don't know how well it
cheeks?
comes across. The face really does look like Johnny from the newer games. I can't tell if it's 1 or 11, but it really does look just like him.
Yeah, I agree. It does look like it does look like
Very
one to
good.
me, I would say.
I just like how because the neck has to move separately, it looks like he's wearing the buff suit that Snake wears sometimes in the videos.
Yeah.
Oh!
It really is just like it's me, basically.
It's literally for you. Literally me, Ryan
yeah.
Gosling. Wow.
I'm just happy to see a Johnny who doesn't have the stupid fucking Johnny tattoo on his chest.
That's true.
It's just MK2 Johnny.
Oh, he never had it at MK2. That's awesome, actually.
Yeah, he didn't get the
No,
tattoo
he didn't
until
have that
9
until
because
9.
that's something that Snake should cover in his video that he's working on. How as graphics get better, and same with movies, as movies and graphics get better,
Nope, there
they
it
just
is.
start adding random shit to characters to break up space because they think
Yeah.
it's an obligation. It's not, by the way. Spider-Man Brand New Day proved
Look at the
you can
pants.
go back to classics and it's fine. But yeah, don't forget, like MCU Spider-Man had a
Foreshadowing.
bunch of lines all over his suit for no reason. And that's why Johnny has the tattoo in MK9, because they thought, well, it's just a blank chest. It's boring. And so they put that shit on there.
Yeah, it's the Spider-Man thing you mentioned is a good point because it's something that Godzilla Mendoza talks about a lot with because he has a big issue with Spider-Man sleeves being
love that
broken up
video.
or the pointless black ad stuff.
Oh, I remember
Which
that movie.
one?
Yeah.
I love that rant so much.
There's several.
Well, he did one of the costume stuff. I do remember that.
Yeah. He's done several really good videos about that. But
That and Venom one, I remember
yeah,
too.
that's why it's so good to finally have an MCU suit where it's like, this is just the one from the comics, just like with the back Spider being a bit different. And so it's like, so presumably for brand synergy, new Spider-Men are going to have to do the same thing. You can't have the black stuff from Black Lines breaking it all up like in Rivals or Tokon and stuff. Everyone's going to go, no, just do the classic. The classic is unbeatable.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question though? What did you guys think about No Way's Home final suit where he swings in the city?
Isn't that the same one as? Oh.
No, it's different.
Oh, I thought it was
That's
supposed to
why
be.
I'm
Oh,
interested
shit.
in being like, he swings
I
with his
remember
new
it being
suit.
shinier.
It's very blue.
Yeah, it's a bit more shiny, a bit more blue, and that's the only time you ever see it.
That's funny
He has
because
a new
that's
suit
supposed to
in
be
the
the whole
movie.
point.
Unfortunately, I don't think they patched it into Spider-Man PS4.
They
like
did.
that
It's
they
in,
did with
it's in the
new
game.
suit.
He has that suit. The,
Oh,
the No Way Home one.
Yeah, because I know Spider-Man 2 recently got the Tokon suit and the Brand New Day ones. Are you sure that the other one was in Spider-Man PS4?
Yes, my Spidey fan showed me. That's how I know. And it looks good in the game, by the way.
Also,
Oh yeah, there it is.
Yo,
finally,
Ermac
Ermac has a figure outside of like the MK3 line, the MK3 ones from 2011 or so.
These are
So
awesome.
finally, McFarlane. These are McFarlane Toys doing these, by the way.
I love it because the MK3 costumes don't look good to me. I'm not a fan. They look cool in comic book form, but I think in actual like video game form, they just look kind of cheap. I'm a way bigger fan of the quilt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends on how they
Yeah.
do it, I think.
Yeah.
But I agree, the quilt is always the MK2.
And then
ones
for
are
some
really
reason
good.
in MKX
I like them
the
a bit more.
squares didn't line up. That was really weird. They weren't the same size.
It did look a bit weird.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think that actually might be an
I
accurate
don't care, it
detail
looks
to the
bad.
originals in certain cases. yeah. That's the thing is like those are the costumes where they are slavishly devoted to getting it one-to-one correct, and it looks awful as a result. But then there's the issue of, well, how do you update it to make it look better? Do you add random lines? Do you add pointless details? Which is like, unfortunately, it's kind of a catch-22.
Yep, I got the best
Indeed,
example for
indeed.
this.
I've had these for a while, but I'm bringing them back here for a
Oh,
reason.
hell yeah.
My two She-Hulks.
Hell yeah.
You're
The modern
too
angry She-Hulk and these
She better be in one of my
classic
Marvel
sensational
either
She-Hulk.
Rivals or Tokon. She better be in one. Like, holy shit.
Well, she is in Cosmic Invasion, so she's a background character in Tokon.
That's true, she
Haha.
is. So is Mary Jane, I noticed. She has the cute little, like, Spider-Man heart shirt on, too, and she's hiding behind
Yeah, like
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk is protecting
I love
MJ
that
in the
shirt.
background.
It's so good.
Iconic.
It's pretty cute.
Yeah, I recently also acquired
Oh my gosh, you have so many things. To be fair, I have a lot too.
Fantastic Four She-Hulk,
Whoa, that's cool.
Yeah.
Dang.
and also Red She-Hulk, just for the sake
Who's
of it.
actually Betty, right?
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie, I never even knew the existence of Red She-Hulk. That looks really
Yeah,
cool
so-
actually. It looks like a femme Darth Maul.
Basically, in the original Ultimate Universe, she was just She-Hulk. Jennifer Walters was the scientist who turned her into the She-Hulk, but she's only in like one comic ever. Then they never mentioned it again.
Yeah.
And then they made her Red She-Hulk in the mainline comics because her father is
Yeah.
Red Hulk. And so, if she's the daughter of Red Hulk and married to the Hulk, make her Red She-Hulk.
Which leads to...
And so she was like a more violent version.
yeah.
The funny thing is that these two figures have got the same base, like the pants are torn in the exact same spaces.
Oh, that's cool.
All that's different are the top and the head.
So they use the same legs, but
Also
just
she has
change the
gloves.
colors. That makes sense. And what's funny is that I guess Marvel's
Yeah, I
trying
mean,
to imply
that's-
that women are just better at controlling their Hulk form because Betty, just like Jennifer, is like mostly in control in her Hulk form. Her personality shifts a little bit, but unlike Banner, who just goes nuts because Hulk's a different person, technically.
In fairness, Bruce is horrifically
Yes, he
mentally
is.
ill.
Poor guy. Poor
He
fella.
has severe PTSD from his childhood.
Yes.
So
Which is why that first movie is still goated. I don't care what anyone says. That first Hulk movie is so good because it actually gets across the abuse.
the Ang Lee
Yeah.
one.
Are you talking
Yeah.
about the awesome comic transition?
Yeah, that's painfully long.
Yes,
It's like 2.5
that one,
hours
same.
long. Way too long for a Hulk movie. But it's the only one that actually gets across his trauma. So it actually explains what the Hulk is anyway. But let's move on to the actual topics for today's video. Because I know Snake wants to go down a rabbit hole like, so you like this movie, but you hate Supergirl. I know it's coming. Shut up. Let's move on.
What? No, wait, no, it's okay. We don't need to bring that up.
my
Don't worry
bad.
about it.
You made that
You know
face
what?
you make
Wait,
when you're
that's a
about to
good
call me
point.
out. You're like-
That's a good point. Thanks for bringing that up. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care.
Sonny makes that face like
Oh,
when he's about to call me
well,
out.
now that we've had
Yeah.
Okay, well, I've had my little moment, so I'm now going to pass it on to Sonic so he can talk about his little holiday. And show off his cool stuff, and then we'll try and find a topic for Dog.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much.
It's like Christmas, where you like go around the room. It's like, okay, you open your present. Now it's your turn. Now it's your turn.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna try to see if I can turn myself less red. So I'm going to, unfortunately, hide the camera.
This is Sonic right now.
Tiny bit. Don't make fun of me like that. Okay. Now that the camera is hidden.
This is
got a
Sonic now.
PewDiePie
This is me in like older videos.
You're gonna see a bit of a makeover. I'm changing my camera positioning here. See
Really is
why
working
in
out.
just a bit, because on my table I've got something pretty funny this whole time, and I've got a
Bonito,
costume I gotta wear
Tolito.
here. 3, 2, bam. Oh,
Yeah,
you can see the back
there
of my
it
computer
is.
there. There we go. See, look at that. It makes
Dinosaurs.
me back to kind of normal a little bit. Okay, wait, hang on. This is kind of hard to
Gotta
adjust.
love it.
I've got to adjust a little bit here. But as you can see, my whole table is filled with a lot of junk. Okay, see, I'm kind of back
knickknacks.
to classic Sonic, except the issue is this is the screen, and this is how I'm talking to you guys right now. So I'm not really even looking at, you know what I mean, the camera, which is over there.
It's fine.
But yeah,
Show us your hat. Crap.
Oh,
Get
yeah.
down. Show us your hat.
can you see it? Can you see the Godzilla
Hell
hat,
yeah.
the dinosaur hat?
Oh, it's Godzilla specifically.
I'm actually not sure. This was bought in like a secondhand store for literally $1.
Ah.
But I did wear it around for pictures and whatnot, and it's actually a pretty comfortable and big hat, so it's pretty awesome. The headset's kind of ruining it, but it would look something like
Yeah.
it would look something more like this. I'll send a picture. Give me a sec. That makes it look better. Unfortunately, I can't really headset wear this, but it's a pretty awesome hat that we found in like the secondhand thrift shop. And I did wear it around a couple times. But as you can kind of see on my table, I have a lot of shit. This is all literally just stuff that we got from those, you know, those like gacha machines where you can like turn the egg and randomly get stuff, so you can get.
Yeah, Sonic's turned into a gacha fiend like me now.
Oh yes, indeed. Have y'all seen my like beautiful rings I've been showing off a little bit throughout the episodes?
Nice.
Yo.
Tomato, we got
yeah.
Meta Knight and stuff like that. Got some Pokemons. The funny thing about these Pokemons is that you can make them. Can you see that? I'm gonna adjust it. No matter how they move, they will just always be like they will always like stand up. Is that was sort of what I'm saying here.
I see Gabumon's unevolved form back there, but I can't remember what it's called.
Oh yeah, this one. Wait, Gabumon's unevolved form. This one.
Alpha
This is
Gabumon.
the figure I had a while back. Remember, I had like it's still there from like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot it's like the balloon ones, which is kind of awesome. I showed this last time, and I made it the dragon with the Laios from the Dungeon Meshi.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I did like prepare that
Good
stuff.
shit. Dungeon messy.
Oh, I'm so ready for season 2.
Dude,
when is it getting
you
here?
have no idea. It's
Whenever.
next year,
Please.
around free rent
is it-
season 3, I believe. But
It's
yeah,
so long to wait.
I've gotten these two bad boys, as you can see here.
Cool,
This is Yu-Gi-Oh card like characters basically.
Ah.
This is for my friend's birthday, and one of these is like, crap. I got okay. Do quick maps here. I think about
880 yen.
oh crap. That's on sale, but it was about 4,000 yen, which is about $20 per box. So this is about well, the 400 yen one is literally like less than like it's about like $5 for one of these now.
Oh my.
So it's like a really good deal, and I'm gonna give this to him for his birthday. Oh, okay. I was about to drop it on my shit there. Just
I
then.
hope he's not a viewer of the podcast, so you might have spoiled it.
Oops, haha.
Oopsie.
I mean, like, actually, what's kind of funny is I have, like, out of all these, there is a funny one that I don't want to spoil, but, like, here are some really fat animals. As you can see, you got a chubby fox and a chubby bear. This chubby bear is for my brother for his birthday. That's literally today. So happy birthday to my brother today. Haha. But while we're
Hey,
recording,
happy
it's his birthday
to
right
you,
now.
brother.
Hee don't tell him I got him this bear. Haha. Shh. But I do actually have a cool Digimon one that I did get, which again is like $20 originally, and it's gigantic like Gabumon, which is right here. I have no idea what it looks like because I never opened it. I just know it's like a pretty good deal that I was like, oh shit, okay, I'll
Yo.
get this. Why not?
Do you particularly like Gabumon? Because I noticed you got a few of him.
I have the
Are
other
you
one.
particularly a fan of him?
Yes, he basically season 1. My favorite is Gabumon and Galmon's the oh, damn it, how did I forget? How could I be a scrub? I should know what these Digimons are called. Gomamon. Thank you. Holy shit. Yes, those are my two from season 1 that are my favorite, basically. So that's why I was like, why not? I'll get the Gomamon figurine. But now let me make this story a bit more interesting, because I kind of want to get into some of the trip stuff essentially. So while on this trip, started an interesting project. This is a bag.
Oh. Yes, very special bag.
Whoa.
With
but what's
wonders.
on the bag is what makes it a bit more interesting.
Oh.
It has
Oh.
a lot of pins on it.
And are these each from a different city you went to or something?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The idea is every day I bought a pin to commemorate what I did on that day, essentially.
Very cute.
So like from the top here, this is the first day we were in Hokkaido, which we went. This is actually pretty cool. I want to show a picture of you guys.
It's a shame you couldn't find an MK2 from in Japan saying "Watashi wa Johnny fucking Cage."
Oh, I would have loved that.
Watashi wa Johnny
So-
fucking Cage.
The first day we went to a place called the Star Fort, essentially, and no joke, this is what the place looks like if you're like looking from the top down, basically.
Oh wow, I love places like that.
It is an actual fortress that looks like a.
It looks like one of those fancy high schools from anime with like, oh, this is like a specialized thing that only the most advanced kids go to, and where they learn their magic and bullshit.
Indeed, and the coolest thing is this shit was built back in like 1850, so it's like this was already done, and now it's like a attraction site to see like the old buildings and whatnot. But I just thought,
wow.
yeah, that's really cool that like it's built like that. But yeah, like basically every day I have like done something that's related to that day. So it's like got the Star Fort, went to go see like one of the best night views, so it's got the view on there. Went to go see a bear. This is you seen that Ghibli film? Shoot, it's actually really dark. Can you kind of see the girl? It's actually kind of like a ghost girl from this angle. She's the
Oh yeah,
Spirited
Yeah,
Away main
from,
character.
Oh
yeah.
So basically that day we did go on like see some great scenery and stuff whatnots, but I didn't find a gift shop, but I did go to a secondhand store and I flipped through a bunch of like random shit and I just found her there. So I'm like, okay, well you're day 4 then because I need a pin for today. And yeah, essentially we got like lots of interesting stories. I have I went to the zoo, so I got the penguin. Went to like a hot spring, so we got this guy over here. And on that same day, we saw wild deer. We saw wild fox. We saw a wild fox on the way while driving. I got arrested, and then that was basically the entire day. And went back to the hotel to rest up for the day.
No.
then afterwards-
Wait.
What?
Go
What's up?
back.
What? What happened?
I see how you set this up. Wait.
What?
You said you got arrested?
What?
got well rested. I think he meant to say. I think he meant to say got arrested, like he rested, but it sounds like got
Yes,
arrested.
I'm sure I got.
Yeah.
I got arrested. Yes, see, dog, you are clearly on the same wavelength as me.
Only because I know my good boy would never get arrested.
However, here's his mugshot.
So anyway, here's what I did.
Yeah, here's me having the conversation with the police here.
Yeah, I went to a karaoke bar and
here
slapped some
is-
people around. Yeah.
Who would have thought that out of the 3 of us, Sonic would be the first one to get a fucking rap sheet?
Yeah, here I am in the police car.
Look how
being
massive
interrogated
Sonic
about
is
my
in this photo
crimes.
next to this regular-sized
and shit.
human. Sonic is truly a beast.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah, I mean, you're
and then
tall,
here's just
yeah.
randomly my dad taking a picture with the police.
Yes, take him
I
away
get that
from
it's
me.
a gag of you just
I don't
having
want
like
to
a
see
face.
him anymore. He's a YouTuber. He's going to do something eventually. He might as well get it out of the way now.
Damn! Oh, how dare you insinuate that? Terrible. It's one thing to be like, haha, do crimes, Lamau. You're insinuating me being like a Minecraft YouTuber or some shit.
Whoa. I never said anything about Minecraft YouTubers. I'm just saying, sometimes YouTubers murder people or assault people in a physical sense. It happens.
True,
He could be
true.
one of those. I don't
His
know.
father wants to get him arrested so he can be the new YouTuber. He's going to be on the podcast now instead of Sonic, because Sonic's going to be in jail and he's just going to come into frame.
Yo, Sonic's dad as the new like main host of the Kombat Kings. Holy shit, let's do that.
Just
fuck this
random-
loser. Let's get him on. He
yeah.
sounds
How
way
dare
cooler.
you? Yeah, he takes pictures with random people that he met in Japan. Like, yo, you're so nice. I want to take a picture with you. He basically did that like a couple times on our trip, so that's why he's like, you know what? My son got arrested. I want to take a picture with you. You see, when you're talking about YouTuber comparisons, for this case, I was Marcus Brownlee. If you want to meet, like, know what crimes I've committed.
You were speeding?
So here's what happened. We were on the road. and then just randomly in the middle, it's one of those really fast like driveways, but it's not a highway kind of a roads. And out of nowhere, just like a guy shows up and is like trying to like stop me in the middle of the road, and it was like, oh god, is this like, are like, is something happened? We gotta like switch lanes or something like that. So we go to like the side, and it's like, oh no, I'm getting a ticket, I guess, or something. And the reason is because I was going too fast. Like, okay, but the speed limit was 60, and I went like around 79. But the thing that's annoying about that like that road is that there was no like signs that told you like what the speed limit is, and there are no cars in front of us. So it's one of those situations where it's like, do you guys know one of those like trap lanes, or like, you know, like, it's like the police are waiting there deliberately because they know on that road people will speed, so they like
Oh
are
shit,
able to
speed
catch
trap.
a lot more
Yeah.
people. Yes, speed trap. Thank you. Because literally while I'm being like interrogated, they catch another person, and then later on they catch another person in the middle of that. So it's just like, that's just like people just like will naturally go a bit more faster on that lane, basically.
Oh my god.
And it's like they interrogated me for a very long time. And the annoying thing is because I spoke English or Chinese, they don't understand, so they speak Japanese to me. So it's really like, your birthday, license, ID. It's like they're trying to like communicate with me for a very long time. A long process for like about a $50 fine.
Poor Sonic.
So what you're telling me is Sonic has now transitioned into his ACAB era?
I did not say shit. I did not say shit. Okay, hang on. Now, whoa. No. Hang on a second.
So I guess the lesson learned here is to always Uber and always get a taxi and all that, just so you don't get caught in these ridiculous speed traps. Yeah.
Perhaps, but I mean, it was an experience, I guess. You know, going into the Japanese police car. I told my friend that night, it's like, got arrested, gonna be in prison for a while, see you later. And he like started panicking. What the fuck? What's going on? Huh? He's like asking his friends and other people and whatnot. He posted a tweet being like, I just heard a famous YouTuber got like arrested. I want to see if I can find that tweet.
I can't believe famous YouTuber Sonic RXD was caught being a nuisance streamer in Japan.
Oh
You would think what
no.
happened to Johnny Somali would have made him realize it was a bad idea, but unfortunately not.
No, I've become the Paul brothers situation.
The thing you swore to destroy.
Not like this.
Yep. And he even got a silly hat to wear when he says it. Yup.
I do.
Like a lizard hat. And it's
I'm like,
you should
Guys,
Photoshop the
I
lizard
didn't
hat
commit the
onto you
crime.
in the
It's
prison
it's
car.
not like this, guys. Don't do this to me.
I'm picturing it now. Sonic, you put the hat on and you do the same, you know, that face that Logan Paul did when he said, "Oh, I think I see a body there." You do that pose with that hat on, and then you put that in the thumbnail and you put, "I got arrested" as the name of the episode. I got arrested.
Oh, well, I'm
I
not sure.
suppose being like,
Yeah. I forgot exactly the pose, but he does. He's like, it was like with the freaking Toy Story like hat. I remember. But yeah, it's a pretty fun hobby to like collect pins, because it's actually easier for me to remember like what I did per day. Essentially, it's like, oh, I went to like the flower field. It's like my favorite pin right there. It's like a flower field with like a
all right, so
llama on it.
yeah. Which one represents you being arrested?
It would be the the red demon. Because that's the demon
See,
from
I
the.
told you started his ACAB arc and he denied it.
But I mean, that day the hot spring represents with the red demon basically, so that's why it's the red demon pin.
Sure.
But there's all sorts of other stories that happened that I thought was pretty fun. I can't really think of too many immediately on the top of my head, but overall it was a very fun trip every day. Got to see some new stuff, got to like try some new food and whatnot. It's very fun doing the pin project, because I did have to like find a pin every single day. Not the cheapest hobby, because my bag has been increased in terms of like maybe $40 or $50 of values with some of these pins, because some are like, oh, this is a really cheap 100 yen pin. Some are like $800 for that pin. Check this out. This pin right here. This is my magnum opus. It is the one next to the Snoopy one. This guy. You see the? Do you guys know what Chiikawa is? Chiikawa. No. Okay. Chiikawa is like it's treated kind of like a saint, like a like the gods, like a Buddha statue, I guess, for Japanese people, or how huge it is in their country. It is like. Actually, Pokemon's really big too. So randomly on the street, we saw a Chiikawa store, and it was like, oh look, there's people lining up for like 2 hours. Haha. Wouldn't it be funny if I got a pin in there? And that's why I waited 2 hours just to get that one Chiikawa pin on my back. Just to have the value of it, essentially. Like, yeah, I got the special Otaru Chiikawa pin. And that's why I am Johnny fucking Cage pinned, like, foreshadowing is why I brought it up. Because I've been on a pin spree recently to, like, get my bag, like, cooler and whatnot.
I am picturing, like, whoever was... They wouldn't do this in Japan, I'm sure, but I'm picturing the person right in front of you in line for the 2 hours you were waiting, just constantly turning around going, so what do you think of Chiikawa?
What's
and
your
you're
favorite character?
Yeah, I love that one episode, or whatever, their episodes, right? And like, you don't know anything about it, but you're just trying to LARP so you can get the pin.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Wait, let me see if I can't say it in the video, but I sent a video of me being inside after 2 hours, being like,
Yo, we made it in here. Oh, it's so cool. Oh, check it out. It's the characters. I love all these beloved characters for sure. I know all their names. I'm sure that's Chi, and that's Ka, and that's Wa. I definitely know all this stuff.
this is like my favorite characters, Chi-E, Ka, and a Wa. I totally know these characters. I love them so much and whatnot. And it's really funny because I'm just at the counter holding like my one little pin, and it's like everybody else has like baskets of like merch from the show and shit, all going in there and buying. They're like all screaming, "Oh, we finally made it in!" Shit. I'm like, here's my pin, thank you.
I bet all the people behind you loved you because you're like, oh, just one pin. You're not here to spend so much time. They're like, oh, in and out right away.
Actually, yes.
Thank you, hero. We can get in now.
We did not spend too much time in there, so I guess that is a good point. Let me get one nice picture of me with my hat. There we go. See, this is what the hat would look like in its natural habitat. You know? Look how cool it looks. So looks really cool.
Hang on, I know that flower field from Fortnite.
I mean, I guess that is true. Yes, there is that flower.
No, that's the
I filmed Sub-Zero during that.
What do you mean?
But yeah, it was like pretty fun stuff. I got maybe a little too much merch around here, but I think it's some pretty worth it stuff. Some are like gotcha stuff, like this like Mr. Buff Kiwi Man and stuff like that. This is actually my brother's and what? Oh crap! Let's put this over. Or like this. Check out this.
I relate to that, guys.
Check out this fugly looking Rocket Raccoon.
An Annihilation era rocket.
Just so you know, by the way, this is about 75 cents. That's why I was like, I'll get it. Why not? It's so cheap. So got some pretty cool shit around here and stuff.
So for those who don't know, that's basically what the Guardians looked like when they were just starting out. And then they switched over to the proper blue and red. But initially, that's what they were.
Oh, I thought he had like that green suit. That was always the origin one.
Well, that was before he formed the Guardians, because Rocket predates the Guardian. Well, that formed the Guardians by quite a few years.
Gotcha. Oh, that's pretty cool then. Nice. This is a palace cat. It's like a little.
Oh, cute.
And it's like we saw at the zoo. It was very cute, basically. Thank you again so much for the Force Snake for his contributions to editing the episode so that I can have a great time in Hokkaido.
Praise me more. Praise me more. We're not moving on till you praise me more.
That's what I was saying. Thank you to the Force Snake also, because I just didn't want to do it. I didn't go on vacation, but I just didn't want to do it. Not even for the Vine.
I mean, to be fair, you've edited like 2 or 3 episodes.
He did just edit the last
17, but it's
so,
okay.
like,
You lost count.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons. Like, Dog has just done the last one. I can't reasonably say, do this one as well. So, what a time to be the one to do it.
Yes, I think it's really fun, honestly, to see Snake's Snake giving it a try. You can see all 3 of our editing styles essentially,
and how unhinged my intro is.
Oh, I love it! I love it so much. It was great.
I'm sorry. Who gives a shit?
I do like how you put we need to create a new human species, and I'm like, whoa. That part of the intro.
We're creating a new species of human.
That was
yes.
That's probably the highlights of the whole process, is going through it and going, okay, that line you just said, I can do something with this. I can milk you.
Indeed.
And then you try and piece it all together at the end. It's like, okay, so this can lead into that. Slightly concerned that Dog might be saying something weirdly. Yeah. So. We've had our topics. Now it's time for Dog.
Pass the baton to Dog.
Yeah, Dog, you can pick a topic now.
I guess we can talk about
2X
KO Dead, because I try to do topics that are relevant to what everyone's talking about. So This is pretty crazy. I'm sure everyone watching has already heard about it because you're fighting game fans, even casual fans have heard about this because everyone's covering it. It's like a money farm. I missed out. I'm stupid. I made a regular Mortal Kombat video instead. But 2XKO has already announced, like Riot themselves, who are the umbrella owners of it, have announced that it's done. Like in December or something, that's it. No more new content. Servers are going to remain up, so you can still play. That's the nice thing.
Yeah, that's at least it's not like multiverses, you know.
Yeah,
at least you can still play the game.
You can still play online. Yeah, because multiverses only has local play, I think, at this point. And so 2XKO will still have servers, so you can still play online. And they're also giving refunds, which is interesting because I don't think they need to do that since it's still up. But they're offering refunds for anyone who made purchases around a certain date. And everyone's talking about different reasons for why this happened. I think the main issue, and Babe Ruthless may agree with me, is the rotating shop. I think that's really stupid. You couldn't give them the money when you wanted to. And I get why they make rotating shops, but I still think it's stupid. Anyway, let's talk more about the death. So the death of this game is crazy because, for anyone not aware, 2XKO was not only in development for like almost 10 years, maybe it was 10 years, but also it had like the biggest launch. It had tons of downloads. It was one of the most popular downloaded game, not just for fighting games, like a big success in terms of downloads because the game's free to play. However, it clearly is not either keeping players or, more importantly, it's not making enough money. I think if the game had more whales, it would have been fine. It would still be going. But it's hard to whale on the game, you know, to buy all the stuff when you limit it with the rotation. But either way, one of the biggest fighting games to ever launch is dead within less of a year. And I am using dead correctly this time because it's not getting support anymore from the devs. That does technically count as dead. Yeah.
You gotta make sure because you're gonna get some annoying comments if you say the word dead. I get it. I don't necessarily know like theory wise or like how to add on to like because is 2XKO profitable is a really subjective or like we don't have the raw data to be able to like help out with those stats, but like it definitely was in terms of a fighting game like out there pretty successful. I mean, especially if you look at the FGC, it's like the tournament numbers aren't bad. There are players showing up for that, especially like
they had big payouts.
More recent ones and stuff like that.
Like,
oh, that's right. They paid a lot of money too.
So that's why it was so cool that it was like Diaphone. He's been talking about, guys, I literally quit my main job to play this game professionally. Go ahead.
Yes, but wasn't also Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, didn't that also have a huge payout? But that bigger. Wasn't also like but I believe 2XKO had more still.
Oh, that's crazy then. I didn't know. I know that the one tournament for Fatal Fury, if you won, you were actually a millionaire even after taxes.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Which is interesting because a lot of people forget that like it says you win this much money, but because taxes exist, you don't get all that. And depending on like the bigger the number, the more you get stolen from you by the government because they're fucking thieves. Anyway, so you can have $1 million prize pool, but all you're actually going to walk away with is like $750K, which is still a crazy amount of money, but you're not a millionaire. Whereas with the Fatal Fury tournament, they purposely made it a certain amount over $1 million. That way, when you got the prize money, you were actually a millionaire. You were taking home $1 million, which is just insanity. But that's the money that they have, that the people who own the game.
Here's the thing that I personally feel like that I think people are saying that's a big shame. It's like perhaps 2XKO wasn't meeting the numbers, wasn't doing like millions, or it wasn't grabbing as they were hoping. Maybe the League of Legends crown. Oh, we're gonna grab in the MOBA crowd into this. That's kind of impossible.
Like and you shouldn't want that because it would cannibalize your own audience. They were expecting a new audience, and I think they overestimated how big the FGC is. It's pretty tiny.
Which ironically, actually, they did cater towards the Arcane audience, so that was actually made some people get a little bit mad. Oh, do you remember?
Like Arcane looks fucking cool. I'm sorry, but it looks amazing. Better designs. Go ahead.
Yes, but what I'm trying to get at is, do you remember? There was a tweet after the release, Caitlyn. Then they're like, okay, no more Arcane characters. Someone said, the monkey paw curls, no more Arcane characters. No more characters at all.
Well, Lux isn't from Arcane, right? So, yeah.
No. Oh, I meant like after Lux and Samir.
Yeah, because the last like 3 characters haven't been Arcane. Yeah.
No, they have been. They're all like League of Legends characters, which is cool.
But are they planned for any of the other... They may be doing other shows, right? Similar to Arcane for different characters.
Maybe.
Well, there's that one really cool cinematic, but that wasn't actually a show. Apparently, that was just a cinematic for something else. And I was like, oh, damn it!
Expanding the universe of Noxus, whatnot. We don't really know what's up with like other shows, but the studio making Arcane is doing something else now. So it's League of Legends though. They have a lot of other shorts, music videos, blah blah blah. They've got
not
their
what
other
I'm
things,
here
but
for. I want more Arcane.
Exactly.
Which, for a fun fact, if anyone's wondering why season 2 of Arcane had so many music video moments, it's because that studio got famous for that. So they're kind of like just stroking their own.
Oh.
Yeah, they did music videos for Arcane.
Wait, you mean
first.
League of Legends? You mean Riot? I thought you meant the people animating it.
Yeah, the animators. They got famous for doing the music videos and stuff like Jinxed and all that and other things for
did?
Riot. And so that's their
They
origin.
did KDA. That's right.
And then they made the whole show. And that's what's cool. And that's why it has that awesome style to it, because they were style first, then they were given a good writer, and then here you go, you know? That said, season 2 had way too much music.
Arcane-
We already talked about that.
Indeed. Arcane's very beautiful still. Anyways, my point that I want to get across is like, somebody did bring this up. Riot is an insanely huge, successful, like multi-million-dollar like company.
Yeah.
If they wanted 2XKO to continue, they could.
Yeah.
If they did, it's just somebody there wanted to pull the plug. They did not. They did not feel any trust whatsoever for this. Like, I mean, you remember half a year ago, wasn't there the giant layoff to 2XKO? And now they're just like, okay, we're done.
Yeah.
I have heard even like the people working on 2XKO were surprised by this news. They thought they were gonna have a year too. Like they already were working on like the new characters and stuff like that. And it's just like,
shame.
look at Fatal Fury City of the Wolves.
Yeah.
This shit isn't it's just nowhere as successful. And what do they have? Monthly characters.
Well, you know why. Look how easy that
What
game
the
looks
fuck?
to make. Like, respectfully, Fatal Fury looks like the characters
Sure,
take
but
a
it
month
still
to
will
make.
cost the money. It's still going to spend money. And if they don't have
Yeah.
fucking money, they use AI.
Well, they're definitely losing money. Fatal Fury is a money hole. That game has not made money back even close. They're just throwing money
in
at
fairness,
Yeah.
that game has the fucking Saudis.
That's what it
backing
is. It has the
so-
Saudis
which
backing
is
who together
Riot
are
has
trillionaires.
China
By the way,
backing
for
it.
anyone not aware watching, they are literal trillionaires when their powers combine.
My point I'm trying to get across is 2SKO, it was not, I personally don't think it's because of a financial reasoning why it's shutting down. I really do think they did not have any faith, so they pulled the plug. It's not like a desperate attempt. We just can't maintain it anymore.
I think
you have so much fucking money to give like Seraphine another skin, guys. You have enough to fucking continue this game. Holy shit.
Yeah, for sure. Like, if someone really wanted it to keep going, it would. I think another big issue is the disconnect between what's happening and what's perceived to be happening. I'm sure the guy who's actually responsible for deciding who gets money and who gets cut, he heard how long Project L was in development for. He knows that. He thinks that, like, wait, this game's been in development for how long? And how's it doing right now? Yeah, no, we're done. They had 10 years to make this amazing thing, and it's making less money than our card game. No, you're done. He's like, it's over. That's probably how it went. At least, like, you know, I'm simplifying, but I imagine that was his thought. He's like, I've been paying these people for 10 years to make a game, and this is what we're getting back out of it. Now, that said, I think it's very similar to the Doctor Who situation, where it's not 10 concurrent years of development. I'm sure there was big pauses and breaks in between. I seriously doubt that they were making the game for a solid 10 years straight, and we just got 10 characters on release. No way. No way. There was obviously huge pauses, huge breaks, so I don't think they had faith in it from the beginning, unfortunately. Otherwise, it would have been finished in the first 2 years of its announcement.
For sure, but the one thing we do know is there's literally footage in 2018, so there is, that.
Oh, no, they definitely
to
were
show
working
how
on it
long
back
this was
then.
in
I'm just saying there was, like, hiatuses in between. Like, there had to have been.
Yeah, I could
Otherwise, it would have launched
Well,
with 50 characters. 10 years to make a game? Like, 10
But the
years?
game does look really good.
It looks
to be fair.
okay.
Like, it looks like...
It looks good. It does not look
come
amazing.
on.
It looks good. It looks great.
Okay,
It does not look 10 years. Okay. It's not Black Myth Wukong. Like, I'm not like, oh, when I see it, you know? But it is
I
pretty.
do think it looks really good, though.
It does look really
for
good.
a 2D
It looks
fight
great.
game.
It's just not fantastic.
At least it doesn't look like an ascended mobile game.
Well,
True.
I guess it's
Which
3D.
you can't say,
technically
which you
speaking.
can't say about every fighting game that came out this year, unfortunately.
Hey, I know you're going to try to throw Invincible Versus under the bus, but I think it looks 1,000 times better than Fatal Fury. I'll just say that.
That's interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. Huh.
Fatal Fury
Maybe,
has a fun
maybe.
art style and a lot of filters that do work for it, but you see their faces up close and you're
Yeah.
like, oh, that's a PS2 character.
And here's the thing, by the way. If 2XKO is going to die by the end of the year, how are we feeling about Invincible Versus? Because it's like 2XKO,
it's circling the
how
drain.
successful is that
It
game?
is circling the drain. They laid off their promotional people. That's how you know it's doing bad. They didn't just lay off like the grunts. They laid off our boy, our savior and saint Rip, and other people, all right, who were like literally the
R.I.P..
spokespeople too. They weren't just working on the game and making it, which
Get
Rip
it?
actively was. He was also like a big mouthpiece for the game. He was like the reason it was getting hyped up, and they got rid of him. So yeah, no, it's we're going to get season 1. That's probably it. I'll be shocked if they even finish season 1. But I'll be happy.
They have to, because people have to buy it. You know what I mean? They will definitely. And from what I've heard, as we know behind the scenes, he has stated Rip worked on the final DLC character. So it seems like at least that's been finished. So they have to at least finish season 1.
But League of Legends had characters they're working on too.
I would not be surprised if it was literally.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
wouldn't be surprised if it was literally here's season 1, and then here's one extra character later on when like the next season of the show is out, and it's like, well, here's a character from this season, and that's the last thing they put out. It's basically like when they put in an extra character into Dragon Ball Fighters like years later, it's like that. It's like, well, we promote the show with a new character. That's it. That's all you're getting. Avatar as well. I reckon Avatar will probably end up doing the same thing with the new show. Like the character from that will show up in the game, and that'll be the end of the game support.
We'll see. Avatar had a really small budget, so I think Avatar has a bit more of a chance to last.
So the lesson here, kids, to everyone watching, is the final boss is always Producer-san or Producer-sama, whatever you want to call him. They can decide if a game lives and dies, even if it's doing well, because sometimes a game will do well and still get canned. Don't forget BioShock Infinite. It did pretty well, and they still got shut down. They're like, yeah, no more BioShock games. And it's like, really? But didn't we outsell the previous 2 games? Yeah, no more BioShock. Oh. Well.
So I want to bring up something, because we're talking about Invincible Versus. If Invincible Versus ever gets canceled, again, I think that game can still live and breathe because Robert Kirkman has so much money right now.
Yeah.
I think they can last as long as they want, really.
True.
As long as Robert Kirkman doesn't pull the club. If I find out that Invincible Versus is canceled and fucking Bryan Cranston is voicing some thug or whatever character in the next season.
Yep. Hell yeah.
We know where you live. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, because he's voicing somebody.
We know where the money's going now, buddy.
Yeah, that was funny to see. It's like, how's the animation look so bad? Oh, the celebrity voice acting. I see. There
was a clip where he's like, "We're gonna get Bryan Cranston someday. We're gonna try. You keep rejecting us. We're gonna try." And people are like, "Hey, could you give that money to the animators?"
Yeah, why not? Make the team bigger. So it's funny you mentioned Invincible Versus, because I think 2XKO and Invincible Versus have a similar issue when it comes to the gameplay, where they both have simple controls. But unlike Marvel Tokon, where it's very obvious and direct how you're supposed to play the game, and it just makes sense, it feels very natural in your hands, you gotta do a lot of homework for these other games. Like 2XKO, you have to actually do that tutorial because there's so many 2-button combinations, and it's very easy to forget what does what. I stopped playing the game for like a couple weeks, came back, I had to relearn it again. I was like, I don't remember any of this. I forgot which 2 buttons are combo breaker. I forgot which 2 buttons are tag breaker. I forgot which 2 buttons are super. I forgot which 2 buttons are my push block. And I'm like, man, I really do just wish it was like 1 button does a thing, because that was like a solution that Invincible Versus tried too. And I think that was the downfall. It was like, these 2 buttons are combo breaker. These 2 buttons are your reversal. These 2 buttons are heroic strike. These 2 buttons. And it's like, I am getting confused. Even the EX move was a 2-button thing where it's like, this button is just for boosting. It gives you a boosted dash, it gives you a boosted special, and it's like, okay, but couldn't we just have 1 button for dash and 1 button for EX moves? Wouldn't that be easier? Wouldn't that be easier?
Do we need a button for dashing?
That's what
Can't we just
Tokon
press
has.
Forward for dash?
No,
Yeah,
Tokon has an
exactly.
instant dash button. Yeah, so does Guilty Gear.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they're pretty cool, because if you don't want to have to manually time it, because dashing can be a bit finicky, you can just press the button. Although, you can't negative edge it in Tokon, and I really wish you could. Because I would love to just brain dead hold down the sprint button, and the second my character is free from the recovery animation, they can just sprint. That's what I want. That's my dream. That's sadly not in the game. And I don't get why. Why are you going to put these auto combos in the game and these simple controls, all this baby mode shit, but you won't give me a negative edge sprint? That's all I want.
You go, dog. Woo!
Anyway, I think that's an issue. I just want to bring up, I think the gameplay is an issue, because even Maximilian Dude spoke about this, where he's like, there's fun to be had in 2XKO, but that fun is behind a 10-foot wall of knowledge that you have to learn first. He's like, where when I play Marvel Tokon, I just start pressing buttons and I'm doing cool shit. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah, here we are.
Oh, so here's the thing, by the way. Me and Snake, we have not played Tokon. So Tokon is easy to start, you would say, especially for like beginners.
Depending who you pick, yeah. And I do kind of wish the game had the difficulty stats. Maybe it does. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But in like Marvel Rivals, it has the star ratings for each hero.
The stars.
Which are not accurate, by the way, because I have a way easier time playing
no.
some characters than others. But it would be cute to have that for Marvel Tokon, because Magic is the I win character. She is so brain dead, stupid easy. Like she's
Oh,
so
really?
easy. Magic is so easy. She has depth if you want to learn her devil trigger and stuff. Then she has depth, right? But if you just want to like have a character with a big ass normals that's still pretty fast, and she just has wall to wall combos and like screen transfers out the ass, she's good for that. If you want a really technical character who's like hard, that's Green Goblin, but he's also very good. Hence why all the pros are playing him right now. But Green Goblin has like 2 movesets.
Oh, interesting.
So Green Goblin's complicated. Spider-Man's pretty easy too because he's got built-in mix-ups and stuff, whereas a lot of characters require you to work for their mix. Whereas Spider-Man's like, no, you hold my heavy button, I do an overhead heel slam. If you do my EX flip kick, it's a low. I got a built-in 50-50. Doesn't require any brain power. I like Black Panther a lot. She's crazy fun, and she got
Nice.
and it's very nice. Who else is super fun though that I'm enjoying that I didn't think I would like that much? Well, Spider-Man for one. I never had fun playing Spider-Man in the Marvel games, like versus Capcom, for example. I never enjoyed him in those games. He's so much fun in Tokon. Holy shit.
You did post that in our Discord. You were saying that this is the best Spider-Man in any fighting game ever.
Oh yeah, he's so much fun. I was just playing his tutorial, like his combo trials, and I was like, this is so much fun. Because he can zip in all 8 directions with his web, and if you hold the button down, he slams into them versus just pulling towards them. And it's really fun, and it's very intuitive. Yeah, it's super fun. And yeah, and it's cool because Marvel Tokon had a period where fans just didn't like it. Do y'all remember this? Like during the beta, people were like, I don't like this game. I thought I would like it.
They're worried about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they made a huge overhaul, a huge change where it's way more important to get your teammates in because you get more meter and you get more green bar, which means more active assists during combos. So you're actively incentivized to get more teammates. But here's the coolest part about Marvel Tokon.
Nice.
You're not forced to learn more than one character if you don't want to. If you want to just learn one character and have 3 assists, that's viable. If you just get really good with that main character, because you only have 1 health bar. So, or at the most, learn 2 characters. And you can have a good old time. You can have a gay old time playing that way.
I do have a link here that I was prepared to post like 5 minutes ago, so it's just a funny joke that I saw online, basically.
NRS threatens to make another game. Bob is fat.
The NRS threatens to make another game.
Yes. That is the unfortunate thing about Tokon for controversies wise, is that on PlayStation 5, it's great, but it has a really bad launch like on PC from what I've heard.
It's better now, at least a little bit. The annoying thing is if you
bit.
play with someone, well, for one, there's the shader check stuff and that easy cheat. And you're forced to get a PS5 account or a PlayStation account, which I just call a PS5 account because what else are we using it for? But yeah, you're forced to get one, which is free, but it's still annoying because you're going to get emails and shit, and it's a hassle.
Hey guys, but get yourself a Sony account where Sony can just take away the movies you bought digitally on their service.
Exactly.
They just do that and not give
And
you
I'll
money
add to
back.
that.
They are literally,
We totally
it's
won't
literally
do that.
stealing
Wink,
it.
wink.
It's okay.
They are literally stealing it from your
Yes, they
library.
are.
It's like they've broken into your house and stole the DVDs off
Yeah,
the
pretty
shelf.
much. They did.
So-
They'll do it for games too. Just wait, they'll take games off permanently and all that. I want to add to that because I downloaded the game. I bought Tokon on PS5 also to play with my buddy because the PC version was so bad. But I never actually played it. I just downloaded it. I didn't even, it's downloaded and installed, but I never played it. So I thought, now that the PC version's fixed, I'm going to get a refund. No. If you download it, Sony will not give you a refund. Doesn't matter if you didn't play it. Yeah, you go to the Sony website and you say, I want to refund this game. And it goes, this game's not eligible for a refund because you downloaded it. And I'm like, but I didn't play it. For anyone wondering why it's controversial, on Steam, you have like a whole 24 hours or something like that to refund a game if you don't like it, which is amazing.
I thought the Steam was that if you play the game within 2 hours, you can refund
Still,
it.
yeah,
I didn't know that there was a 24-hour thing too.
But still, you can do it, which is nice.
Yeah, but so you have that, but there's also, you can only do that within a limited amount of time. So you can't just go, oh, I bought this game 2 years ago, and I'm going to... It's like, no, you have a certain number of days. I think it's a couple of weeks.
We don't play it.
In addition to
Gotcha.
2 hours. So if it's like within the 2 weeks, and you've only played less than 2 hours, they didn't get you refund.
Very nice. Because Steam, for some reason, Steam is like one of the only examples of being number one and still being the nicest person. Like, they are the cool kid at school, and they're nice to everyone. It's such a rare occurrence.
I have heard someone say it's like, you do realize, like, the reason why Steam is so, like, great for a majority of gamers out there is because Gabe Newell is still alive.
I'm worried about that,
It's like-
yeah.
right?
Hopefully
It's like
he has someone
the
he
moment he
trusts to
passes,
be-
it's like
He's got to have someone he trusts as the next in command. That's what we need.
hopefully. So here's a funny thing about Tokon. I was trying to be like, let me prepare some homework assignment behind the scenes. So while I'm in Japan, I will watch the entire walkthrough of the story mode on Marvel
Cute.
Tokon to prepare for this podcast. And on this topic, it says parentheses no spoilers. So I'm like, shit, I can't talk about the story mode like at all. But, well, I mean, as long as I don't spoil, I think I can talk a little bit about it, right?
I mean, is there even really a story mode? I thought there was just like the individual teams you can play as and stuff.
That's the story mode. Have you played any of them, dog?
No, I wanted to, but then I saw the color 5s, which is what you unlock for finishing the story. For most teams, isn't that desirable. Whereas color 6 looks cool, so you want to play your casual matches. Color 8 looks cool. Color 9 is like the best for a lot of characters, and that's what you get for still color 7 was really cool. That's what you get for doing the what do they call that mode? Like the invasion mode or some shit where you just keep fighting waves of enemies.
The new roguelike, right? Yeah. I heard good things about that mode, actually.
But yeah, no, I didn't play the story mode at all, so this will be a treat for me too. I know Champion's the main villain, and that he's got a Broly trigger. That's about it.
Don't say it.
Sorry.
Be careful what you say. Wait, hang on. So, dog, you don't even know like the big secret after you beat the story mode.
Nope.
Or do you?
Nope.
I'm gonna. Shit. Ah!
Like most
Because
people, I've just been
there is
learning the game and having a good time.
Well, there is actually a pretty big. Wait, have you not even fight that character online? Do you really not know about it?
Wait, there's an unlockable fighter?
Yeah, Champion's unlockable.
Maybe.
I know that.
Oh, come on. Okay, that's the secret. Yes, there was a secret 19th character in the game that they never promoted.
Well, yeah, but he was revealed within
I mean, if
he was
he's in the game
revealed-
as a fightable opponent, it just makes sense to be
No,
unlockable.
nobody knew about that. It was like
Yeah.
nobody even knew he had the second phase until the game came out.
Well,
So that's not. That's
he
pretty-
got
that's
leaked a
pretty
bit early only because people had the review copies, and for some reason there's people who get review copies that break all the NDAs and just keep getting review copies. I don't know how they do this. Maybe they have a separate persona who gets the game, and then a different channel they upload it to that leaks it. But there was a guy like 5 days early playing and doing combos with Champion. And because I saw his
Yeah, I thought that
Broly-
was interesting.
So Snake, you know how Champion looks in the game already, right? Red hair, blue guy.
I've not looked into it.
Oh,
at
but
all.
do you know Champion from Marvel Comics?
I've heard of
Yeah,
it.
Champion's cool. I like him. He's a deep cut, and that's why I love when Japan makes fighting
very
games,
obscure
because they do
character.
like deep cuts.
Yes.
Like Shuma Gorath, for Pete's sake. We only got that because it was a Japanese company.
You know the promoter, the lady with the witch hat and
Yeah.
whatnot. She's apparently a Marvel character
Yeah,
too. I didn't know
she
about
is.
that.
But she doesn't
pretty
look
cool.
that way though in the comics. They definitely
Yeah.
Japanesed her up, or animated her up.
Well, yeah, it's like in Rivals with Galacta, where it's like no one's heard of her, but she is from the
Yes, she
comics.
is.
But she doesn't look like that. But she is from the comics.
Yeah. Do what you want with them, honestly, and I think what they do is pretty cool.
So Champion by default, he just looks like how you see him in the trailers and stuff, but he's got this trigger. I'm not sure how you activate it. I guess he has 3 phases technically, because we see him skinny in story mode. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit of a spoiler
Sorry.
if you want to get into it, but that's not the biggest spoiler in my
Go
opinion.
ahead.
But like,
yeah.
oh, okay, I guess I could. I'll be careful what I say because I think, in my opinion, I think both of you might be a little interested in the story mode, especially Snake, because I think you might want to analyze some of the shenanigans that happen in it because it is kind of Marvel comic-y for what happens, but essentially. The story mode is like, it's like the cutscenes are mostly like comic book pictures with voice acting, like to accompany with it, essentially. So you have like you'll be like, you pick the Avengers team, so you see Captain America being like, I gotta go to a ceremony and whatnot. And you have like the pictures like following it while he's saying it while the story is happening. And then once in a while, a big budgeted cutscene will happen. Unfortunately, like the cutscene is universal, so depends on whoever you pick. It doesn't matter. The cutscenes will always be the same because the thing that happens will always be the same for everybody. So that way, the very high budgeted cutscene is the same. So that's a bit of a shame, I will say. So you just watch the same cutscene 5
It
times.
reminds me of the story
but-
mode in Marvel Infinite, where
Which
like
one?
at the end they're all just standing together and powering up, but they're just like standing there like chess pieces doing their idol pose, and it looks super corny. But it's to ensure that
Yeah.
no matter who
Well-
you're playing, it's the same ending no matter what. Yeah.
Yeah, luckily it's not that doesn't matter too much because if you've seen it, they talk about it in the trailer, but basically the story mode is there's a tournament and you pick the team that will win in that scenario. That's essentially what happens with all the 5 story modes you can pick. And okay, hang on, Snake, I got it. Super easy analogy right here. Sonic Free Riders.
Oh.
I don't remember much of the structure of that game.
Do you remember the story mode of that game?
No, not.
Oh man, that's a bit of a
I've not revisited
shame.
that story in over a decade, Sonic. It was just for the timeline video.
That's too bad.
How long is the story, by the way?
About an hour for a team, I would say. A little bit more depending on how fast you battle through. It's pretty short per team, but there's 5, so that way you can take some time playing each of them.
Do the stories
essentially.
all link together?
So this is what happens. The first half of the story, you're playing your captain, and you're forming the team. Then the second half, you're fighting against the other teams. And then the final half is your team won, so you're going to go face a champion. And it's basically the same for everybody. It's just how they get there is always different, essentially.
That's the structure of Unreal Tournament 2003.
Oh, well, there's another one you can compare.
You're fighting a bunch of free-for-alls, and you put together your team. Then you do all the team-based ladders, and then you go up against Malcolm's team at the end.
In Sonic Free Riders, just to FYI, you play your team, you defeat every single team, and at the end you fight Metal Sonic. So that's why I brought that up, basically, in Sonic Free Riders. And you see what happens when your favorite team wins, like Amy, Cream, and Vector, or something like that. But the interesting thing is, everybody's forming team is basically all connected. Like, this is how they form their team. But when it gets to the tournament part, that's where it differentiates, because, well, whoever you're picking wins during that scenario, so that will change up how the other character stories and whatnot. It's not like, I wouldn't say it's like the deepest or most like amazing story and whatnot, but I do kind of like some of the scenarios, and I do kind of like some of the bantering that like these characters do have. Like, okay, the Avengers is, in my opinion, the most boring out of them all, but it's probably the best one to start with, because you kind of have a grounds to know like how the story mode will go for like each team, essentially. But like the more interesting ones, I would say, is like the Spider-Man and like the Ghost Rider ones, because it's like, how did this team form, essentially? And they try to explain it, and I actually find those to be much more endearing and interesting, because it's like, these are definitely a band of weirdos. Oh, but the Knights of Doom is pretty crazy. I'll just say that.
Oh.
Okay, so Sonic, Marvel Tokon, Avatar, and Invincible versus. Rank the story mode.
I thought about this question here, and unfortunately, by default, Invincible versus wins, because that one actually has cutscenes. Unfortunately, by default, because that's actually like a cinematic story mode, where other ones are just like pictures, voice acting, and Avatar is literally just voice acting with the in-game models, like fighting around and stuff like that. But I guess if you want to be like on a storytelling stuff and whatnot, I still think Invincible Versus is really sick. I really like that story mode. I hope they continue it and the game doesn't shut down before then. But Marvel Tokon, if I were just to look at the story, it's not too bad either. Especially like, I really liked personally the Samurai Outrider story. I was actually really. By the end, I actually really liked that team and the banter the 4 of them had together and whatnot. I was like, I did not expect these 4 to actually kind of bounce off each other pretty well, and like there's like a character arc going on here. I was like, I liked it actually. I was surprised about that. So basically, it's like probably Invincible versus Marvel Tokon, Avatar, essentially. It'll be about around there. I will say, Snake, you have a pretty good time. I don't know if it's a good time, but this is a bit of a negative I'll bring up. Actually, I'll first start with this positive, because it's kind of cool. Every story mode, every comic panel, all the pictures that you were seeing from each of the teams, they are drawn by different artists. So when you're playing the Avengers, you will have the artist who drew Fairy Tail, the manga, like, and they will see like the art style and whatnot for like each of the characters. It's very anime. But when you play the X-Men, and you'll be like, oh, this is just American comics, basically. You see like the Storm is like X-Men comics kind of style. Then you get to Spider-Man, and it's drawn by the person who did My Hero Academia Vigilance, the spin-off. So it looks very anime. Again, that one looks really good. I really like the Spider-Man art style. And then it goes back to like another like a manga style and a comic style. So every story mode has like different art style. So it's really fun to like see like all of them like they all draw characters differently, because I'm pretty sure every character is drawn. So there's a compilation be like magic and every art style, like how she looks, and like which one do you like the most and whatnot. So it's pretty fun to like look at the art in that aspect. But let me tell you one really funny downside about this story mode. I'm pretty sure the voice actors and the artist did not work together while they were doing the story mode, because, or at least they work separately, because it's like maybe their lines are the same, but the way the voice actors emote with the characters in the story mode. Sometimes there's a couple of hiccups. They do not align. So, for example, maybe you'll see Loki doing this. And then he'll be like, how dare you approach me like this? It's like, wait, that doesn't make sense. Or maybe a character will be like this. And then and then the voice is, I'll fucking kill you! He's just like this kind of voice.
I wonder if the Japanese version is more accurate and it
Perhaps.
could just be an issue on the English side.
Maybe, but even then, it's like, shouldn't the English side have the pictures to, follow along? But it feels like they only had the lines. They did not know what to, like, communicate with that and stuff like that. But that's a little bit of downside I've noticed. Just like, the voice acting isn't bad. It just isn't fitting with some of the pictures that are happening, basically. And the voice acting is great.
That's why the voice acting
gameplay-wise.
is supposed to be done first, by the way. We learned this all the way back when animation first bloomed into an industry, because Fleischer Studios, the main competitor of Disney back then, would do the opposite. They'd animate it first, then have the voice actors try to match the animation, and it sucked. It sounds so bad, it sounds so forced, and Disney learned, voice acting first then. And ever since, we've done it that way. Go Snake.
Well, that's not how Japan does it. Like in anime and that, they do have the animation done first and then the voice actors. So that's why it is accurate to call it a Japanese dub, because they are technically using the same process as dubbing something. So only occasionally will they actually do it the other way around. Like I believe
even the local version is done
Azumanga Daioh,
second, like even the local voice, like the local Japanese, like say the original version, they still voice act
they do
after?
the animation first. Yeah, I don't think that's universal. As far as I understand,
hard.
that is generally how it's done, with certain exceptions. Like I think in Azumanga Daioh, the talking cat, his voice actor would go on these long tangents, so they'd like redo the animation a bit to
that's
match
cool.
him. Because it's Norio Wakamoto, so of course you're going to do that. But yeah, so generally speaking, that is how it's done. I guess the Japanese are just used to that.
Yeah, I won't say too much of what happens necessarily, but I do think you two will. I think you two will get a kick out of the story mode, especially you, Snake. I do feel like you might analyze a little bit more, like what's going on here and stuff like that. Especially like I think some of the more later characters are definitely more interesting. Like, to be fair, I don't read like Doom comics, but I'm like, you guys have talked to me about Doctor Doom a lot, so when I saw like his story mode, I'm like, oh, this is how comic Doom is depicted. I see, it's really funny and it's kind of awesome. I kind of like this. he's egotistical, but in a really badass way. It's great.
So it's saying here that like they do a little bit of pre-voice acting first, I guess, and the real actual syncing is done later. That makes a bit more sense to me. Otherwise, like, holy hell, how would you know? Though this does, in hindsight, make that one scene in Demon Slayer make way more sense. In that, like, epic episode that everyone talked about where he's cutting the threads and stuff and he's fighting that spider demon. Does anyone know what I'm talking about?
Sorry.
I watched it dubbed, so...
It was probably the same problem. Well, it's like episode 18 or something. It's that famous episode where he, like...
Oh, that one.
He's fighting the white-haired guy and
he's
cutting through the red spider webs that, like, slice things. And it's a really epic, heroic scene, but there's a part where he goes... If I lose my momentum, is what he's trying to say, then I'll revert back to my previous blade, and I won't be able to cut these swords. So these webs. So I gotta go right now. Like, this is my only chance. Gotta keep my energy going. Gotta go now. But the voice actor is forced to say all of this really quickly. So it's like, and it looks so dumb, and it breaks the pacing of the scene too. I'm like, why couldn't he just say, "Gotta keep the momentum going, or I'll fail," and that's it. And it would have been fine. But he explains it because it's like a fucking shonen style of explaining shit. And I was like, oh my god, still a great scene. But this explains how, now Snake's educated me. This explains why that scene is like that. Because they added the voice after.
I guess they have to keep it within the 20-minute mark too, also, because the animes have like that limit when they're playing on TV and stuff.
You also just reminded me of this really funny bit. It was in one of the first Higurashi anime where one of the characters is like starting to freak out. She's shaking a ladder that someone else is at the top of, and it's like, oh shit, I'm gonna fall, and she's there, and the face is all super exaggerated, like she looks so demented and evil, but she's talking in a really like a calm tone, just like a bit. No, she's serious, but it's like a very calm tone. It's like, this doesn't match at all. Guys, what are we doing here?
Yeah. So you'll get a little bit of that in Marvel Tokon, the story mode. A little bit, unfortunately. But it is kind of funny when you find out. They could have at least shown the
voice actors the art, so they knew what to play off of. That could have been the bare minimum they did.
It does feel like they did
I mean, given the artists they got involved, they might not have been ready in time.
That's a good point, because there's a lot of famous, like,
there was, yeah, they
online
were
artists
flexing that. Anywho, So back to the story. Sorry, huge diversion.
No, I just kind of wanted to give you like a little taste because I don't want to spoil too much of what happens. You guys will have fun, I'm sure. Once you see the cutscenes and like, maybe I'm interested in knowing what you guys like, what your favorites will be basically, because I see a lot of people saying Spider-Man was their favorite, and I do like that one, but I'm a big fan of like the Ghost Rider story. I thought that one was like, okay, I'm down with this team the most immediately, essentially.
You know what's also cool about Ghost Rider is that his flame, if you change his costume color, it doesn't just change the flame on him. It changes the color of all of his flame because they're the same asset, I guess, that it's referencing. Nice. So that's cool.
That's cool.
Even when he summons his like hell,
car.
What kind of car is it even? Yeah, his hell car. I think it's like a Charger or a Challenger. But when he summons that thing, his muscle car, it has the same color flames and his super and stuff. It's awesome.
Nice. Yeah, some of those colors are like really, really good.
It'd be really fun if you know how some of the older King of Fighters games would have special endings if you use certain edit teams. It'd be cool if they could add the option for that. It's just like if you're putting out a team where it's like Spider-Man, Penny, Green Goblin, and Carnage, like all the Spider-Man characters, there's like a unique story for them. And it's like, yeah, and it's like, why is Spider-Man on a team with Carnage? This makes no sense, but we go with it. I mean, obviously, it'd be hard for them to do that because then they need to get an artist for that story.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice if they at least did like an arcade run thing. It's like, well, hey, you get like, here's this famous artist, they did this. Maybe it's like the main Hiroaka artist. And it's like, well, here's this one picture of these characters. If you use them together.
Yeah. The arcade, I don't think there's an arcade mode though, so they can't really do those alternate endings and whatnot. That would have been nice.
I hate that. Like, as much as I like fighting games having story modes, not having an arcade mode is so dense. I don't know why you would do that, because that arcade mode is like the bulk of the single player content in most fighting games. Why would you not have that?
Well, that's why Marvel Tokon has that new roguelike mode where it's like you can have your teams and you can keep fighting and you can make them stronger and whatnot. So it has single player modes. So, but arcade mode is kind of a staple, I suppose. But yeah, that's a bit of a shame they don't have it. Without spoiling too much, also, I feel like, based off of the story mode, that there might be a part 2. I thought it might be more like like the first DLC character is like a Phoenix Cyclops. So I thought it would be like, it's like, what if Phoenix Cyclops team won the champion? Basically, like that's gonna be the story mode. But that might not be the case because of, or maybe it will, because I think that's like the easiest way you can do a story mode. What I'm trying to get at is like there are some hints that kind of feel like perhaps there's gonna be an aftermath. I'm not gonna. This isn't too big of a spoiler, but like, Thor is pretty big, highly hinted. Like this character is gonna be like DLC. I feel like in the story mode because they're actively acknowledging the existence or non-existence of Thor. So I feel like that's gonna be like a plot point coming up.
Imagine if that was what the DLC, like the first season, is going to be. It's like, well, here we're going to have like some of the most powerful characters. We're going to have the Phoenix through Cyclops rather than Jean.
Yeah.
We're going to have a version of Thor. We're going to have like I don't know, someone like Adam Warlock or Thanos or a Sentry. Just these absurdly powerful characters. Like, what if they just rocked up and just beat up everybody in the tournament and said, "Nah, we win this tournament"?
I mean that was literally some of the cutscenes where it's like when you're playing the Avengers and you fight against Spidey's team, Ms. Marvel is like, "It's the Avengers, we surrender!" immediately and stuff like that. So it's like that is a scenario that would not shock me if that's the case, but that would be kind of funny.
So I'm gathering that it's fun.
So
that it's a fun story mode. Oh yeah.
I like them. I think you guys will get a kick out of it.
And what's cool is that a pro player, Snake Eyes, is already like maining that character champion, and he's got a cute gimmick where I don't think it's a spoiler to mention his gameplay. He doesn't have any assists. You can't actually summon your teammates when you're playing him. You can switch to them, but you can't summon them until you unlock his like second form, and then he is the assist.
Like a third phase, basically.
Yeah, then he is the assist. He summons a hologram of himself, or like a spirit projection or something, who attacks the enemy and then flexes and then fades away. So,
just for context, Snake, just so you know, people are wondering who's the grappler of this game. I don't see any grappler. Oh, it's Champion.
Yeah.
That's the grappler of this game. He has all the grabbing moves and shit like that. There we go. And he literally just looks like Broly.
He does look like Broly
in the game. Like his second, he just straight up. They just added Broly.
And his hair is like Broly.
It's pretty cool.
What's funny too is that
the
he's a
spikiness.
grappler, he's got a good projectile too. He has like this crazy projectile that he sends out that's like really fast. So people even joke like they made the one grappler a zoner. So that's kind of funny. thankfully, zoning in this game is very difficult because there's so many ways to get around it with different things. So, except the day one casual players who are getting spammed by Magneto. Rip those casuals.
Poor guys.
Meanwhile, Magic is way spammier. I'm sorry. Magic is so funny. You just mash right trigger and she goes, fireball, 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 fireball. Funny shit.
So, if Snake, you were wondering what Champion was all about, so in the story mode, you do fight him. He does look like this, basically. You start off by having him look like this when you fight him, and then you can't play as him like this. When you play as him, he gonna be like this, basically.
Yeah.
Like a big boy.
He just looks like one of those villains from like one of those less remembered Dragon Ball Z movies.
Sure. Or even the pirate. Yeah. Or even the that villain. Oh, what is that? You Are Already Dead character. I'm forgetting his name. I'm brain farting.
Omae wa no Shiden.
Yeah, all the villains from that show.
Fist of the North Star.
Yeah, all the villains from that show are built like this. They have that same build. And even the main character's buff, but he's not as buff as them.
Oh, and here's his phase 3, by the way. He destroys his shirt. His hair becomes like spiky as shit.
Yo, is that Nikali Street Fighter 5?
Yeah, pretty much.
How
right?
dare you?
Although thankfully,
that's an insult to Champion.
Though thankfully, Champion doesn't start all crawling around and being lame and dumb. He stays cool the whole time. He kind of feels like the villain from King of Fighters 14, who's actually not a villain, but he is the final boss. It kind of reminds me of him. It's like the big belt, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna beat you up by just being stronger." Like my whole gimmick is that I'm really, really strong. And that's kind of Champion's thing too.
And if you play the story mode, like he is the main villain, but like there are some scenarios where you get to learn a bit more about this character, and like he's the villain of the story, but there's also the sense where it's like his whole motive he's doing this is just like because he wants to fight the best, and that's why he's doing all this stuff. So, but like he's not
Goku
necessarily
as a villain.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes.
Goku
So there's some fun because of that.
I would say Champion in this game is best described as, and even just in general in the comics, Champion is like if Goku was a villain, but had a reality TV show, and he wants to please his fans.
I guess that's true.
That's pretty much who Champion is. Although in the comics, I think he also had an Infinity Stone that made him even stronger still. But without that Infinity Stone, he's still nuts. Like I think he's fought Thanos before, and Thanos had to cheat and use something to beat him because Champion 1v1 is tougher than Thanos. So that's kind of cute. But he's not as dangerous as Thanos because like if you please Champion, he'll leave. There's a really cute comic where he does challenge all of the Avengers and everyone else. And Hulk isn't allowed to fight because Hulk destroys his boxing gloves and is all animalistic about it. And he's like, no, if you're not going to actually be sportsmanlike about it. And he just with his mind, he teleports Hulk away. He's like, who else wants to fight me? And of all people, Thang ends up being the one to win in finger quotes because he doesn't win, but he keeps getting back up. And Champion's like, you know what? I could break every bone in your body, but I couldn't break your spirit. I'm satisfied. I'll leave this planet alone for now. And it's like, yay, good job, Thang. You toughened it out. And I love how Thang even knows he can't win. They're like, Thang, do you have anything planned, like to fight this guy who just made Thor look weak? Like, do you have anything? And he's like, I played college football. That's about all I got. And you're like, oh shit. It's like, but I'll try. It's such a cute, wholesome, like 80s like comic story or like 70s. One of those older ones. And it's so much fun. I gotta take a potty break.
It's the Moomin Rider from One Punch Man moment. It's like, I don't care if I can't win, I still have to fight.
Yeah, pretty
kind
much.
Of a thing.
Pretty much. I love that moment. BRB.
Yep. There he goes. Fly high, my child. Fly high. Hey, his camera didn't follow him. What the hell?
He's learning.
Yes. I'll show Dog when he comes back, but I did open the giant Gabumon, so there it is. Yay, look at him!
Nice.
It's a big Gabumon.
Let's talk about Fortnite before he gets back.
I mean, we can talk about... We're going to force him to listen to us talk about Fortnite, basically. Haha. So have you... I know you've been AFKing in the new season, because I have actually been playing a lot of Fortnite when the season just started, just to check it out and whatnot. Because it's Sonic. How can I not?
Yeah. It's just a shame he looks like absolute miserable dog shit.
Okay. I don't hate how Sonic looks, because all my hatred is focused on Crash Bandicoot.
Why?
Have you seen him? Have you seen his design?
I mean, it kind of looks like the middle ground between Crash 4 and like the Insane trilogy to me.
He looks like the guy who was like cosplaying Crash in those ads.
I mean, it's better than Sonic would like, oh yeah, we're going to give Sonic a cartoony aesthetic, which isn't even how his games look. So I don't know why they did it this way. It just looks wrong. And then they're like, well, it's not actually Sonic and Sonic Knuckles and Shadow. It's robots.
Oh, hang on, Dog just came back. I think Dog doesn't know the context of this.
I leave
here.
for like 10 seconds and you derail the entire podcast into Sonic furry bullshit. Anyway,
you derailed the conversation by leaving.
Today's video is sponsored by Game of Subs. Use code DOG to get 10% off any purchase.
Can't say that.
They got new cups, new flavors every day.
Dog.
I can because I'm sponsored by Gamer
Dog.
Subs. Today's videos. Do you like BBL? Here's the BBL.
Big booty lipsticks.
Oh yeah, I wanted to say one funny thing. So Champion to me in this game is the Yu Yu Hakusho villain. Does anybody else recall that guy with the sunglasses? And he just keeps getting buffer.
Yeah, I know that.
And he has that
that's
cliche, like, as a kid we thought it was hype, but in hindsight it's very funny and stupid, where he's like, I'll use 10% of my power, gets a bit buffer, and he's like, I'll use 50% of my power, and looks like Champion in the second image, and you're like, holy fuck, what does his final form look like? And then when he's really buff, he's like, this is finally 100% of my power. But then he tricks you all with the greatest M. Night Shyamalan twist, where he evolves even further. And they're like, what? And he goes, yes, 110% of my power. And it's like, what? Oh! It's like all terrifying.
Oh, that's so Dragon
And he gets
Ball.
all zombie looking and shit, all green and monstrous, which makes sense because he's supposed to be a demon, but it still catches you off guard because until that point, he's just tall Japanese man with sunglasses. Yeah. Does no one know what I'm talking about? No one watch Yu Yu Hakusho? Damn.
Unfortunately, no. My
Son
friends
of a
did.
bitch, that was like the show.
I know a little
Anyway.
bit. Review Tokon, like give it a rating, and then we'll move on to Fortnite.
Oh, like as a game itself, I think it's great. I give it like a 9 out of 10. It's super fun. I will say that
Oh yeah.
I'm sure that at the high level I'd hate it. Like if I was fighting Sonic Fox, I just wouldn't get to play. So that would be annoying because even the move that's like a reversal, a get off me move where you can like press square and X and your teammate comes in and like shoves the enemy away. Even that, if their reactions are good, they can just hit you back with their own and it counters what you did and you're back in the same position. So even your desperate get off me move has a response. So
I mean, the thing is, the game just came out, so we're currently in the very, very early phases.
you say
of,
that, but there's been like 4 betas. So the pros are already pros, unfortunately.
I guess, but I mean, didn't the show also? I mean, the show, because I'm looking at this image you just sent. Dog. That's horrifying. But what I was saying was, didn't the game also get a lot of overhauls? So I feel like they got to relearn it, and there's a lot of I'm sure there's like new stuff in the game you can. It's a 4v4. I do not think the game is completely like found out. I mean, we haven't
no, of course not. They're gonna
yet.
find new interesting tech like specifically, but I will say that honestly, most fighting games, when designed correctly, don't take that long to learn and really understand well. I think within the first week of any fighting game, you can pretty much master it as far as learning your character really in depth and learning the matchups. If you just play for because these pros, let's be real, they're locking in for 5 hours a day at least, and they're just playing online nonstop. They're learning their character. You're gonna learn the characters that quickly, and Sonic Fox is just a savant, so of course he's gonna learn his characters super quick, and everyone's copying him right now. The meta right now is just to copy Sonic Fox. For anyone curious why that is, not only is Sonic Fox good at Mortal Kombat, but he was also really good at Skullgirls and really good at Dragon Ball FighterZ. So he is like the tag fighter also. That is also him.
He won a Marvel Tokon tournament recently too, from what I recall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So exactly.
I guess my only gripe with Tokon, it's not a big one, is that the supers do a lot of damage. So it can be frustrating if you're trying to like do something cool and like pull off a combo you've been practicing and your opponent just goes, oh, short auto combo into my big super. It's like, oh, there's 60% of your health. I win. That could be a bit frustrating, I guess, but also just don't get hit. My friends are having to learn the hard way because combos go on for a long time. There is a built-in limiter, which is smart. In this game, there's a bar that slowly builds as you're comboing the opponent. And that's what decides when it drops.
I know about this.
It's not like in fighters where like the combos can just go on for a year as long as you memorize the correct route and all that. No. Marvel Tokon actively like limits you. And if you do auto combos, it limits you even more. It fills the bar up super quick. So that's really smart in hindsight. But I was still doing some pretty lengthy combos. And my friend's like, I'm normally not a huge advocate for combo breaker, but I'd like it here. I'm like, no. You hold that shit. This is my training mode combo. You hold this right now.
Wait. Is there no combo breaker in Marvel Tokon?
No. It's a real fighting game.
No wonder you like this game.
It's a real fighting game.
Oh, okay. It makes sense now.
Sonic, is there a combo breaker in Street Fighter? Is there a combo breaker in Tekken? Is there a combo breaker in Marvel versus Capcom? No. Is there a combo breaker? What?
I like how you to specify versus Capcom because you're talking
there
about
Marvel?
Marvel fighter
versus Capcom.
You can't call it Marvel anymore. You have to call it Capcom or
Is
something.
there a combo
Marvel,
breaker
baby.
in Guilty Gear? Yes, there is, but it's only once per round, and it has to fill up. And also, the coolest thing about that game is if you know they're going to break, you can bait it. It's blockable. I've always loved that. If you know it's going to come, you just don't finish your combo and you block, and their breaker gets blocked. You need a second free combo. It's like, yeah, that's right, bitch. I knew you wanted to break there. Yeah, no, I'm very anti-combo breaker. I get why it has to exist in like games like Mortal Kombat 1 because it's got like unblockable setups and really tough to block situations because of the tag system. So in hindsight, Tokon could have it too, but here's the thing. Unlike Marvel versus Capcom, Tokon doesn't have a ton of mix. It's not nearly as cheap. Like, sure, some characters every character has a sweep, like with crouching medium, and some characters crouching lights or lows. But it's not 50-50 the game. It's really not. Even Sonic Fox was complaining because the mix is not that high. And to which Sajam said, why can't every game just have its own speed of mix? And I'm like, exactly. Marvel Tokon is not the game where I mixed you up, haha, hold this. It's the game where I caught you pressing a button. Now you're going to hold this. Or I caught you trying to do your own thing and I punished it. Now hold this combo. It's not like, oh, I blocked the first 17 mix-ups and I didn't mix up 18 and now I die. It's not like that, which is what like Fighters was. Like Fighters had all the cross-up shenanigans and all the really tough to block situations. This is not that game. For Pete's sake, even your wake up in Tokon, you know how most fighting games you get cornered and you think, oh god, it's over for me. Like I'm in the corner, I am screwed. In Tokon, you just hold the direction and your character rolls that way. It doesn't cost a resource like in Mortal Kombat 11. You just hold the direction, your character rolls, invincible, can't be hurt. You just roll out of the way. So you can just roll out of the corner if you want to. And the only way to...
Okay, it's kind of like Avatar.
Yeah,
okay.
The only way to stop that is if your opponent preemptively backs up, which a lot of them do, they backdash.
Yeah,
because they know you might want to do that, but that's cool because that means they give you space on instinct. So I like that. I didn't like the wake-ups in general when I first started playing because the characters will hop up and you think, oh, I can hit them now. No. You have to wait like an extra half second while they recover from that little get-up flip. They're still invulnerable that whole time. Makes it a bit tough to punish them on meaty. I'm not going to lie. But still great. I like Marvel Tokon a lot. Maybe if I fight like a couple of really good players, I'll shit my pants and delete the game. But so far, I've been enjoying it. Yeah.
Very nice. You know what else doesn't have combo breakers? Avatar: Legends of the Fighting.
Hell yeah! I haven't played that one.
I think you would like that game. It's actually way more bullshit. It's way harder in my opinion.
That's what's so funny. I've heard it's hard. I heard it hurts your fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
So you might like it. I think in my opinion, I've seen more Avatar gameplay recently because of the tournaments. That game has a lot of sauce. So I
may
think
get it.
Someday you might want to get into that.
I'll get
too.
it for my girlfriend, I think, because she loves the Last Airbender series. We watched the whole thing together last year. She was sad when it was over, as we all are. And yeah, so I think she'd like that fighting game. She didn't like Tokon. I tried getting her to play Tokon, and she was like, no. I don't know what it is. She likes what she likes.
There's no funny animal character, so no Tokon. No.
That's true. The closest you get is Penny Parker. I guess with the robot, and that's about it. Who she's so cute if you watch her animations, because when the spider bot webs, she does with her hands. She does this, and it copies her.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. And for her victory animation, she high fives it with both of her hands, and it's got the big hand just high fives her back. I'm like, she's so cute. She's so adorable. I'm gonna beat up this child now. Just combos her for like 30 seconds straight.
Okay, let me send you guys something since you brought up Penny, because right now the Tokon models are being taken so they can do Blender animations with them.
Hey, Carnage, do you know Candace? I got that.
I love this meme. That's funny. I thought that was impossible. People were complaining because of Sony's anti-cheat stuff. You couldn't rip the models. I guess you can.
Well, it took a while, but eventually, we got to crack the danger. I don't know if anybody understood what I just said there.
Like danger the character?
People have the hots for that robot snake. I'm just saying.
Wait, they have the hots for the Penny Parker robot?
Danger.
Oh, Danger makes more sense. Okay, yeah, I see that. Although Danger's got no ass. or thighs or anything. Like, that is the most asexual robot I've ever seen, to be fair.
I've seen some pretty well posed poses with the model currently online.
I know, but we're talking about a
obviously
game
with,
where magic
with Black
exists.
Panther too.
And Black Panther. I mean,
Yeah, Black Panther too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And black magic.
Yeah, you saw that too, right? Recently, I haven't
Is
seen
that a mod?
I assume it's just a recut, another color she has in the game, because the Japanese will do that. They'll be like, oh yeah, we'll just change the character.
Especially the
skin
Guilty
color.
Gear devs who did make this.
Yeah, like they'll just be like, yeah, we'll just make the character really dark skin for this skin, and sometimes they'll do it the other way around. Although I don't think I've ever seen it with a case where the character is like racially black, like Storm here. Like, you'd never see it with her. Whereas I have seen some characters who are like, say, Chinese, but they have darker skin, and they'll go, oh, we'll just give them lighter skin for this. But yeah, it's never the other way around.
Someone gave
I
it a
don't know if
hoop
that was a
earrings and
fan
stuff
art.
too.
Yeah, I have no idea if it's a fan art or if it's actually like in game. I
This
don't
one's
see it in
fan
game.
art
I
right
think
here.
it literally is just
I think it's
a random fan
Yeah,
art.
I don't think
Yeah,
it's
they just-
real.
Anyways, so we're halfway through the episode, so let's get. We still got a lot of topics, so let us get to the next one, which is Fortnite. Fortnite. The reason why we kind of want to talk about this season.
I thought you were gonna transition into Fortnite before when you said, you know what game doesn't have combo breakers. Fortnite.
Shit.
True.
Damn it, that would have been a not too shabby one actually. But okay, basically this is the Gaming Legends like season of Fortnite. So essentially, what they did this season is they added a lot of IP gaming stuff and a lot of we don't have the money for. So here is definitely not Legend of Zelda Link, definitely not Mario Kart related Mario Kart Girl or the fighting game character or the female Solid Snake character or whatnot. It's like there's a lot of those in this, which is pretty cool actually.
I've seen it theorized that the reason they did this is because normally when it's all like licensed characters in a battle pass, it's owned by the same company. Like say if it's all Marvel characters, whereas here it's like, well, a purchase of the battle pass will get you access to all these characters. So, you know, how do you split that up if you're going to have, say, Sonic and like say another Metal Gear character and say maybe another Tomb Raider one or something? How would you split that up? So it's easy to just do just Sonic, and that's it, and the rest are OCs. But like the fact that these are based on existing characters is very obvious.
Yeah.
If you look at any of the loading screens that feature that guy who looks like Link, he's holding his sword in his left hand. He does it in game because that's not how the animations are done. But he's always holding it in his left hand like Link used to do. So it's clearly this is Temu Link.
His level 100 like above alt version of him, he has like green. It looks so much like Link actually. And by the way, it does look like a pretty cool skin, all things considered. But it's just like Temu Link. Oh, I gotta send this to you, Snake. So you know the people are saying that just looks like the Snake Eater, like you know, like the final outfit, but like on a woman for that one spy character.
Yeah.
She has like all like the spy like gears and whatnot. But someone also said this looks eerily similar to like Jill Valentine from RE5.
Yeah. Oh, if they put Resi 5 Jill in the game, people would be so mad because you know people would be like, no, that's not the true classic Jill. It has to be like Resi 1 or 3. It will even take 3 remake, but not 5.
Well,
how dare you?
Luckily, they already put Jill Valentine in the game, and I believe it's Resi 3.
Yeah,
The artwork.
So
for
they
this
already did
character
it.
was
So they can
nuts,
put a
man.
5 now. They can do 5 now. You know, like they did Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
There's like the Lara Croft has alternate versions. Now they can give us 5. I don't care. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's weird when they did Resident Evil because like they put Grace in right when Requiem
Oh,
came
yeah,
out,
that's
and so you
right,
think,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
okay, so they're gonna bring in some other ones, right? Like bring the other ones back, like in the store, because they're not Battle Pass characters; they're all just in the store, but they've not brought them back. Street Fighter comes back all the time, another Capcom franchise.
Yeah.
Resident Evil doesn't get that treatment. I can't fathom why. When Resident Evil is, I think at this point, sells better than Street Fighter.
Probably. With that
I mean, at the very least, we can guarantee there's going to be another Claire, and probably another Chris when Veronica comes out.
Good point. That'd be awesome, actually. Sure. Why not? I just want to show you guys something a little bit funny because, like, I've been working. But regardless, other than that, there is that fighting game character who, in my opinion, has the filter that makes her look kind of like Virtual Fighter a little bit. You know the one?
Yeah.
Because that one does look pretty cool, though. It's a bit of a shame she's not like an actual existing fighting character, because I think that would have been kind of cool. I actually thought I thought she wore like blue in one of her alts for like a split second. I thought it was Katana again, but then I was like, no. It's like an OC basically.
But basically, the official splash art shows the other IPs include, like, we see Pac-Man in there. There's a Crash Bandicoot with Spyro as his little sidekick.
Yes.
Because that's one of the things they added more recently is that little character who runs along with you, like SpongeBob or Tails.
Spyro looks
or
great,
Spyro.
by the way. I'm gonna send that to
Yeah.
Dog in just a sec.
And so, but the art also includes some of the characters who were already added. Like they had the most recent Lara Croft version that they put in the game on there, and some others. So
Oh, let me find that.
also
just a
get-
second.
Also, Joker from Persona 5. There's probably going to be a few Persona characters. So people just like, okay, so it's basically going to be Joker and Makoto and Akechi and Yoshizawa, because they're the ones it always is. Every time. Every single fucking time.
But hey, Snake, Fortnite added Joker. Are you gonna get it?
Probably. Eggman. We've got Eggman as well.
Yes,
Mega
he's a
Man's
boss in the
being added
stage,
to
by the way.
game.
You can like fight him and shit. It's pretty funny.
Nice. And Sora from Kingdom Hearts is coming, but as you can see,
That's a big one.
we've got Master Chief in there and Lara Croft and some of the Street Fighters, and there's Geralt. These are ones who have already been added to the game.
Yes.
So there's a good chance some of these characters will be coming back to the store, and maybe even new characters from those franchises if we're lucky.
Lucky,
You
yeah.
know, you might get like, I mean, the Street Fighter characters, they haven't added any new ones since the initial like batches, so it's only those six or so.
That's true. They've only that's 3 waves because it was like the first one was Ryu, Chun-Li, then it was then it's someone, then someone.
Guile and Kami, Sakura, Blanca. We still don't have Ken. We don't have Akuma or Bison.
Jury.
Jury would sell well.
Any of
And
the new ones
get-
from Street
get some-
Fighter 6, right? Luke or
Yeah.
Jamie.
Yeah, there's a lot of options, but they've just not done that. But the fact they're getting new stuff from Capcom with Mega Man,
Yeah.
you know, maybe.
Hell yeah. I'm really hoping this is like a promotion for like the Mega Man 12 because that's coming out next year.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Very off topic, but let me just show you guys something pretty funny. Here's the spy lady in the game. So you could edit her, so you can add a mask and like goggles basically. This is the mask and goggles variant of her, which is pretty cool. She's also got another setting, which I just think it's very interesting that
the ninja
Fortnite
mask.
added this. So Snake and Dog, you have a setting called Zipper Up.
Oh, cute.
If you want a more family friendly version of her.
You reminded me of something funny the other day. I was like doing the band Injustice costumes where I show like concept art and stuff that got scrapped and like designs for the characters that look identical to the game version, just a bit more covered up. And I showed Power Girl and how they had concept art for lore accurate Power Girl with a bit of an Injustice twist. And I'm like, bro, compare this to the version we got in game that looks like absolute shit. I'm sorry, but Injustice 2 Power Girl is one of the worst designs I've ever seen. And
She just has big booba. That's all I really remember.
but it's not even like done well there either. But she's wearing pants, looks dumb. Looks like a terrible, uncomfortable suit. Everything about it's not pleasing. I love this artwork. This artwork goes hard, by the way, that you just posted. But
Official artwork, just
oh,
so
I
you know,
assume,
by the
yeah,
way,
I
that's
assume
official
it goes
artwork.
hard. But
Fortnite is going
I just want
hard.
to point out. I just want to point out that looking at the different color options that spy lady has. Ah, yes, the white suit with the blonde hair, where the suit is like partially open. I've seen that before. Metal Gear Solid 3: The Boss.
well, also just gonna mention this, like it's also satisfying my Splinter Cell gamer side because she has a Splinter
Yeah.
Cell mask, which I've always thought was so sick. I never understood what the fuck it's supposed to be because I'm like, why would you need 3 holes on your goggles? But it still looks sick.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, I wanted to get back to the
By the way,
Justice thing real
here's
quick.
here's not
I
Link,
think
just so you know.
I think it's
Sorry.
I think it's different like filter options, so you have different things. I think that's what it is.
Oh, so you can
wrong.
rotate it. I see what you mean. Okay. So I wanted to say this one thought, 'cause otherwise we gotta keep going back to it, and I hate doing that to our viewers.
True,
so,
true.
The Power Girl outfit and the concept art, which is the only one we see of her, like it's the only Power Girl artwork, period. So I'm assuming that was the original design. Someone in the comments was saying like, well, but isn't it a reskin for Supergirl? And isn't Supergirl like 17 in the game? And I'm thinking, it's an outfit. It's an outfit. Like, you ever been to a pool? Do you think everyone at the pool wearing a bikini is
Also,
18? Like, what are we talking about here? It's a costume.
Well, no. The actual the actual response is Power Girl is specifically an older version of Supergirl who's trying to forge her own identity separate from
That too.
Superman.
And that's specifically a different character too.
But I just wanted to point out how stupid their argument
She
was.
debuted in Earth 2, where everyone was like 20 years older. That version of her is supposed to be in her late 30s.
Yeah, no, for sure. I just want to still point out that we've gotten to the point
deal.
now where not only is it bad to have like revealing video game characters, but now the video game characters, even if they're doing
Cut this outside.
I'm
We're
sorry,
not having
dog.
this in
Yeah,
the
this is
episode.
Okay,
be
fine,
very
fine.
careful.
See, we've gotten so fucking squishy as a society. Like, go to a
So if they do add some new MK characters to Fortnite, Sonic, who do you think they'll add?
Well,
I think Melina is a guarantee.
true. I think if you're gonna be very, here's the thing: there is the easy route, which is just okay, the ninjas and the MK ladies, because we have those models already.
Yes.
So you can do very small little changes to like
Reptile, Jade, Melina, and Noob Saibot.
yeah, especially since
think would be the
Reptile,
ones.
Melina, has Jade been hinted at? I know Smoke kind of has been
just-
hinted at.
I just said these four. They're the four I just... Well, not Smoke, but Noob. But that's what I just said. And you're fucking going to say it again?
Well, no. I'm saying, are they hinted at? I'm asking. I'm not repeating what you're saying. I'm saying, are these four hinted at in Fortnite? That's what I'm saying.
Well, no, they're not hinted at anything. I'm just saying
No.
if they did.
Well, Melina is, and Reptile is, because Reptile has the emote. Melina has the backbling on Katana, the teddy bear and stuff like that. So that's why I'm saying it's like, well, what are hinted at in Fortnite as to like maybe indicate
Bihan,
what's
he
next?
exists.
You know, like the Soul NATO exists too, so maybe Shang Tsung a little bit, but
Or Ermac.
or Ermac exactly, and that's an easy one again. So we have easy choices, which would be like the ninjas or the female ninjas. Then we have iconic ones who aren't that easy, which would be like Liu Kang, Sonya, Johnny, Shao Kahn, and some of the villains, Shao Kahn, Shang Tsung, and whatnot.
Me personally, I think if they're gonna add four more, it would probably be Melina because she's super popular, and then Johnny, Shao, and Noob because of the latest movies giving them a bit more prominence in the wider consciousness, and then Liu Kang's probably, if they do make a third film, I'm sure Liu Kang will have a bigger role there, and probably Kung Lao too, so they could probably be safe for that, and then maybe like Quan Chi with them, or Shang Tsung, because Shang Tsung has to actually do something at some point in one of these three fucking movies.
No.
Surely.
No.
True.
So
You're asking too
Indeed.
much.
I'm not trying to be biased and like slot and Reptile in here, but I do feel like a male ninja should be in there specifically because it's too
I
easy
wouldn't say
not to.
should, but it is a good chance it will happen. But then
Yeah.
again, Noob wouldn't necessarily look like the film version. They'd probably just go with the classic ninja version.
Yeah, true. It's like Bihan, from Mortal Kombat 1 is the outlier for all this. It's just like, oh, they made Bihan from Mortal Kombat 1. I mean, not Scorpion. Scorpion is still the classic one, but
Well,
like,
essentially because they had to do two versions. Because that's how Fortnite stuff works. But actually, that's a good example of a battle pass where he was the only licensed character in it.
in that battle
So
pass,
that shows, so that shows the whole thing of if you're not going to have them owned by the same company, they just have one, so it's easier to split the profits and whatnot.
Yeah,
rather than
because
between 5 different rights holders.
there is a Marvel pass they do, and then there is like the Star Wars pass, So there's like they are
Yeah.
So, but if it's like another company, it is harder indeed. Yeah.
That's the annoying thing.
And then
That's the
there's also
second
this
big villain of media. Producer Sama and then copyright Sama. That's the second big boss.
True. Oh, you want to see something really funny? You see the poster I sent above, where it's like showing all the video game characters. Did you notice that Sora's Keyblade doesn't have Mickey Mouse on it?
Yes.
Oh no.
So it's like even Fortnite, they could not get Mickey Mouse on, even though they're owned by Disney for some fucking reason.
Didn't the Keyblade in Smash Bros have it? And I know Mickey's removed from everything else in the game, but at least the keychain is still Mickey.
Indeed.
But this can't do, even though that was the first time Disney worked with Smash Bros developers, and here it's like every year there's like at least a couple of seasons that are purely Disney IPs in Fortnite, whether it's Marvel or
Star Wars.
And let's just talk about the seasons and the battle passes. Then there's always other stuff that's not in the battle passes, like when they did Bucky and Yelena for Thunderbolts.
Oh yeah.
They just have extra ones every now and then. So, the Spider-Man and Punisher they just added constant collaboration, but like nah, can't. No, not for the Kingdom Key. You can't do that.
Sora's Key is very tricky because like even in Smash, it's like when Kirby sucks, like, I gotta be careful how I say this. When Kirby copies Sora's abilities, like,
Kirby sucks.
when he gets the Keyblade, even Kirby's Keyblade doesn't have, like, the Mickey Mouse. It's a different Keyblade, basically. So it's like, it's a copyright hell, basically.
To be fair, that's the way you'd want it to be. You would want to see, oh, here's what Kirby's Keyblade looks like. Here's what you can do to.
Well, Kirby's
theme it.
Keyblade is kind of like, I believe, like just a flame that looks like a key, from what I recall. So it's like, it's obvious, like, oh, they couldn't use it because, like, Shulk's sword Kirby can use completely fine. So it's almost like, a little bit.
Well, yeah, because that is literally the one only sword like that exists. Whereas there are lots of different Keyblade designs, so you want to see a cool, unique one for each character who uses
fair.
one.
But I'm just saying, like, that Mickey Mouse keychain is always a tricky little copyright summer thing for these games.
And it's so funny, like, who owns the rights to which thing and whatnot. And then I think about, I brought up recently how Steamboat Willie is, like, public domain now, but I haven't seen people do anything weird with that. Like, we got Pooh, Blood, and Honey immediately when Winnie the Pooh became public, all that weird shit. But has anything weird or horrible happened to Steamboat Willie?
I guess Steamboat Willie.
I think there was like an announcement of a similar horror project. I don't know if it ever came out though.
Yeah, I look it up here. It's all it says Steamboat Willie Horror 2025. It came out 4 out of 10 IMDb.
Yeah.
That's higher than I expected.
It's a shitty ass looking Mickey Mouse killing people. Looks like, why the fuck?
To be fair, the Pooh, Blood, and Honey is
weird
also a
screenshots.
terrible, terrible movie, but it got enough money for a sequel because it was the first. They jumped on it first. Of like, oh, we're gonna take this beloved IP and just like ruin it, and people are gonna love it. Cause it's not even a good horror movie.
It really feels like they're trying to cash in on the FNAF craze. Like 5 years after anyone gave a shit, and using an IP that doesn't suit it at all. But we can do that because people will watch it for the gimmick of what the fuck. I have to see how weird this turns out, and then that first one will make money. And then everything after that will not, because people have seen it and they go, oh, that's all it is. Curiosity satisfied. I can move on to something more interesting.
Yeah, exactly. When it's the first time, it will be, like you said, curiosity.
Like the most you could do, I think, as far as like a Steamboat Willie horror, is basically just Bendy and the Ink Machine.
True. Which was successful in its own right back in the day. Although, actually, since you brought up FNAF, I don't know if they're going to confirm it by the time that we are done recording this, but, like, people are going crazy because, like, FNAF might be in Fortnite finally.
Yeah, because basically, dog, people found a building on the map, and it's like, this looks a lot like a particular Freddy Fazbear's restaurant. They go inside, and it's like the layout is very similar to, I think it's Five Nights at Freddy's 1. There's even a stage where you'd expect the animatronics to be, and it's like, are they going to put Frederick Fazbear in this game?
And like, if you want to see even more evidence, it's like recently the FNAF website says Five Nights at Freddy's is collabing with something, and like even recently, like the Fortnite like page like follows like Scott Cawthon's page like on Instagram or some shit like that, basically.
So the hope is that they're going to add William Afton to the game, and then we'll have 3 Matthew Lillards.
Yes,
we've already got Ghostface and Shaggy. We just need to get 2 more, and this is a good one. I think the only person you can have a full team of 4 of the same actor is Keanu Reeves, because there's John Wick, Temu John Wick before they did the official collab. There's like Simpsons John Wick,
yes,
Pen and Ink John Wick, and Shadow the Hedgehog.
Don't forget the Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah, Johnny Silverhand. Yeah. Weirdly, no Neo. They did do a collab for The Matrix 4, but it was just like the crane emotes and like the Matrix code as like a pattern for your gun. That's it. There's no actual characters. No Agent Smith, no Neo, no Trinity, Morpheus, nobody. It's like, come on. I just want to rock up as a guy in a suit and go, Mr. Anderson!
Exactly. So much fun. Well, it's funny because I was looking on Twitter and someone said something about Withered Freddy, and I'd never heard this name before, and it made me laugh because I just thought about Punished Snake. Oh. And I'm like, this is another form of like Freddy.
Wow,
I knew
you
about
don't know
Golden
Withered
Freddy. I knew about...
There are literally dozens of versions of Freddy alone. Like, here's the thing. Like, so, are you aware of Golden Freddy?
Yeah, I know Golden Freddy. Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, that's a separate character. His name is Fredbear. He has his own line of variants, and there's the different Freddys, and
Let me out of here.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at Freddy from Five Nights at Freddy's 1 and 2 are separate characters. I'm not talking about the toy version. I mean, just the normal one, which I think is the withered one.
That's the withered one. Yes, that is the withered one.
And the one from the first game are different variants, no matter how similar they look. That's how dumb this stuff gets. Like, you could genuinely make a gacha, which I think the mobile game was a gacha.
Yeah, I'm sure they have. At least for the toys.
You'll see it because they're bringing out... do you know how they did that JRPG like 10 years ago?
Yeah,
they're doing a sequel to that.
I'm looking so forward to that one! Yeah.
And there's going to be so many... When you look at the character select for that, it's going to be like 40 different versions of just Freddy, and it's going to be the dumbest shit.
See, I feel like...
And I will be there day one.
I feel like that voice actor that we all like, but I forget his name. He had that hilarious short clip where he's talking about the different pieces of Monopoly out of context and then explains why he's mentioning them to this woman and she's getting like bored out of her mind. That's like the same skit with FNAF where it's like Golden Freddy, Freddy Fazbear, Withered Freddy. So that is every Franken Freddy. So that is every Freddy in the FNAF series in order of least fuckable to most fuckable.
No, haha. Snake. Why don't we scare dog? Why don't we scare dog here? Freddy, Withered Freddy, Toy Freddy, Phantom Freddy, Nightmare Freddy, Golden Freddy.
I know Nightmare Freddy from 4.
Funtime Freddy.
Glamrock Freddy.
I got a pretty good solid knowledge of the first 4 games.
There's Lefty, the black one.
The black one, yes, the black one.
Did we mention Shadow Freddy?
No, we haven't. That's
There's a
right,
Black
Shadow
Freddy and a Shadow Freddy. Interesting.
There's also Nightmare, which is just like
oh, you mean the Black
Golden
Nightmare
Freddy
one, right?
And,
okay.
And there's also a Nightmare Golden Freddy. I'm pretty sure as well.
Which is funny because Golden Freddy was already the scary one in the first game. He was kind of like the Nightmare variant, so it's funny how.
Yes, but these are like the full-on monstrous versions that appear in characters' nightmares,
in
literally.
What's the name of the one in 3 who's just stalking around? He's clearly a hallucination. Is that Nightmare Freddy or is that
Phantom Freddy?
That's Phantom Freddy because I know he's the hallucination.
Indeed.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yes. And just so you know, Funtime Freddy is the white one who is also like voices most of the Freddys later on, and he also voices Carnage in Tokon.
Awesome. Yeah. I just think it's hilarious that Funtime Freddy is the white one. Like he's the wholesome.
The white one.
But like but dog, you have to understand, Rockstar Freddy and Glamrock Freddy from Security Breach are 2 different variations of the character.
Yes, absolutely.
They're both completely
and he's
distinct.
the good one. So yeah.
Yes.
Rockstar Freddy is the GOAT. Everybody loves him. He helps you throughout the game.
No, Glamrock Freddy.
Glamrock, my bad.
Well, he's a
Glamrock
twist on
Freddy
the trope is why it's cute.
Again,
He's like the good guy. It's like when they made Terminator the hero in the sequel, and it was like everyone loved it. You know, that's how it feels. It's like, oh, he's on our side. Let's go.
But like the kid you play as can ride around in that Freddy like
that's the whole game.
So it's basically just like Spider from Marvel Rivals.
It's great.
No, you're wrong, Snake. It's more close to the anime Guyver. No, I'm kidding. Where he summons a living suit that wraps around him.
The Guyver starring David Hayter from Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, was that the live action one?
Yeah. Well, that was the second
dark
one.
hero.
The first one had...
Yeah. Don't forget
Molten
Freddy.
Freddy knows
Don't forget Molten
He knows
Freddy.
the lore of Guyver.
Molten Freddy, yes. What's the icy one called from the mobile game? There's like a Frosty Freddy or something.
I thought Frosty was only for Chica. I don't remember it being for Freddy.
No, Chica had Liberty Chica.
Liberty Chica. Thank you. Not Frosty.
Freddy had the Frosty one. I don't know if we counted Frank and Freddy.
Oh, I don't. What's Frank and Freddy?
But there's him as well. So we are coming up on about 20 different versions of Freddy. That's just from the games. That's not even counting
the books.
Weird ones from the books. Because like there's weird amalgamations and then like
Frankenstein Freddy. Is that the one you're talking about here? I see him in the AR game.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he's part of the Blob, Rockstar Freddy. Then he's also part of Ennard for a while, so that technically counts. There's Psychic Friend Fredbear. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere. You can't forget about him. Yeah, so you can see you can see, Dog, how people still haven't solved this franchise yet.
Well, that's the name of the game. Half it is lore. That's half the fun of FNAF, is that it's lore.
Dog, as you can also see, me and Snake are the problem.
By the way, everyone, this was not part of our topics. We just stumbled into this one. This was not part of anything. But here we are.
We are totally not FNAF fanatics, me and Snake. We definitely
Keep
are
in
not
mind,
into this
I've
so
literally
much.
never played a single Five Nights at Freddy's game. I've never read any of the books. The only media I've consumed are the 2 movies, and I regret one of those.
I've
for
watched
sure.
full
Absolutely,
videos on all
Snake.
the games, and I've watched Markiplier play almost all the
Yeah,
games.
same.
That's my knowledge of them. And because Markiplier does a good job explaining the lore as he's playing it, I learned it that way. I've never read the books. I know there's books, but funny enough, I'm not sure if the writer just can't keep his story straight, or if he's just trying to change it up himself, because they're not consistent. Like the book lore apparently contradicts actively the game lore, and then they both contradict the movie lore.
Yeah,
So
they're different iterations, but you are supposed to use each of them to try and piece things together to help you understand the games. Like, you are supposed to do that, which is really
by
frustrating.
the way, we didn't talk about Spider-Man Brand New Day yet. That was supposed to be topic number 3 because it's actually time sensitive. Like, the film came out recently.
That's true. I'm actually very excited to talk about that with you guys. With that being said, by the way, Snake, you're right. There is a Frosty Bear. There's a Freddy Frost Bear.
That's from the mobile AR game, dog, where you'd be fighting them in your house. Like, the animatronics would come to your house to take you out, and so you just see this Freddy run at you with an icicle trying to stab you, and you're like, haha, be gone, fiend.
Icicle, that's right, yes.
The game got delisted, but unfortunately, it had crucial lore bits to solve security breach.
Damn.
And the game got delisted, so it's not like some details to explain the story were hidden in the source code of Scott Cawthon's website.
So, you keep him distracted. I'm gonna pull a dog, and I need to use the bathroom. So I'll be back with Spider-Man.
Like, dog, at the end of one game, a bunch of the animatronics merge into one.
yeah, I know that.
And then in the next game, one of them splits off.
I know about that lore. Yeah.
Yeah, so when Baby split off, that's not explained in the game. You had to go on Scott Cawthon's website and read this interaction between those characters hidden in the source code to find out why she splits off from the rest.
Oh.
And as far as I know, that information was never given anywhere else. The only reason you would know now is if you watch fucking FNAF theory videos and lore videos. It's the only way you can find that information.
Damn. That's unfortunate. It kind of reminds me of how Dead Space had that weird spin-off game that connected Dead Space 1 to 2. And if you didn't play that, you were just confused. Now, thankfully, I played it because I was a huge Dead Space nerd. Even though there's only one game at the time, then that spin-off game. But yeah, you just be confused who that character is that wakes you up, or like who half the cast is in that game if you didn't play the in-between. And you'd also miss out on the hacker suit that makes no sense because Isaac's ears are exposed and he goes into space several times, so he'd just be fucking dead. But,
Yeah. I would have loved to have seen how they would have approached it, in a sequel, like, to the remake, like remake 2. How we going to address this detail? Basically, explain it somehow, like, because like the first one, when they remade that, they made some tweaks, like, here's the video call from Dead Space 2 at the start. We put that in here to add some context to the relationship between Isaac and Nicole. So how would they approach that for a sequel? Unfortunately, that's not going to happen because they closed the studio, and it's unless this one of the Saudis who have bought EA is like a really big Dead Space fan.
We gotta get these guys to buy Bloody Roar, so I can finally get a Bloody Roar game.
And apparently one of the people who worked on, I think it was one of the original creators of Mass Effect, said that he feels it's unlikely that the next Mass Effect is even going to happen under the Saudis. So it's like, oh no. Why?
That's funny. Yeah, and then like what's also weird about the Dead Space middle game is that there's a morality system. You could choose good or bad decisions, right? In the middle game, like the one where you're just a hacker the whole time. You can choose to be an asshole and make like actual decisions to the plot. Like, you can choose to like get a character killed or save them. And I'm like, how does that work when it's supposed to be like canon? How do we decide what actually happened? I guess the writer does, but I'm just saying, like, why make it a lore system or like a morality system when?
I mean, to be fair, that guy dies, and then everyone else on the sprawl dies. So I don't think it really matters in the grand scheme of things. It's like in Loki, where you can do whatever you want during an apocalypse because it literally does not matter. It's all going to end the same way.
It's funny. In hindsight, I had this like thought a week ago that Dead Space was kind of like Concord, where they went all in on it with a bunch of shit, including like 2 animated movies and like other stuff that seemed like it had budget behind it. And it's like, man, they really put a lot into this license, and it actually worked out, like, for the IP.
Emergency patch.
Yeah, I think it was because Halo had a lot of success with all the novels, and so EA was like, well, we're going to do that with Mass Effect, we're going to do it with Dragon Age,
Smart.
Dead Space, even Dante's Inferno, a one-game series got its own
It's
animated
good, apparently.
movie.
So...
Yeah, it's quite good. It has its problems, but it's quite good. But I'm there's this one character in one of the Dead Space movies who says he's watching his friend play like a portable version of Dante's Inferno, and he says, "I prefer the movie," and I'm like, "Fuck off! I'm glad you died." That is a disgusting opinion. How dare you?
Snake, we cannot forget this crucial information.
Oh, is there another Freddy?
Bear 5.
Okay.
I'm so happy Snake got it, at least.
Just a PNG? Like, what is this?
Spider-Man Brand New Day, guys.
Don't
What did you think? We're gonna talk about it.
I mean, we're just gonna do like brief thoughts and no spoilers, like in one sentence, I guess. I
Sure,
enjoyed
why
it. I had fun. I do think the villain was not good, and I do feel like there's
Straight up.
yeah, there's theories that the villain was swapped, very similar to what happened with WandaVision, where there was an original idea, then someone changed it, which is why it feels so not coherent.
Interesting, because I feel the opposite. I feel like the villain's story really coincides well with the main character. But I first off, I also liked it too. I thought it was great. Snake liked it too, from what I recall
Where'd
from
he
the
go,
last
by the way?
episode.
He put on a Spider-Man suit or something? Is he being cute?
That'd be cool. Also, I want to show another bear. By the way, did you guys check out my Hokkaido T-shirt? See, it's got bears surfing on that famous
Aw.
Japanese painting.
Yeah, I have that same.
So
I have
it's
a
pretty
parody
cool.
of that same famous Japanese wave painting, but it's Shinji's robot from Evangelion walking into the ocean, and it's the wave.
Oh,
coming
that's
at it.
cool. That's cool.
And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, I noticed in Japan there's a lot of these like wave souvenir related stuff. So it's like I think I saw another versions of like with different Hokkaido creatures. In Hokkaido there are a couple of like standout creatures that they like to make merch for. If you ever go to Hokkaido, you will see tons and tons of these little birds. These little Mr. Stark? Who is that? Is that Spooderman? Is that the Speedy? Is that the Spatter?
Oh, the Spider. I love how because the mask is just on his headphone on one side, it's just like all the way pulled up. Like it's, it's
Yes.
awesome. I prefer it.
You look so cool, man.
I knew you disappeared to
Wow.
put on a Spider-Man outfit of some kind. Snake, what was your thoughts on the movie?
He did call you out on that.
Yeah, it's good.
Hell yeah, now let's get into spoilers.
I honestly feel like generally the MCU Spider-Man films get better each time, except for this one, where I still prefer 3 over 4.
Well, yeah,
that's
you can't,
very
you can't really beat
interesting.
No Way Home,
Okay,
can you? I
okay.
mean, can you really do better than that?
Probably not.
You know, actually,
Especially when you
here's the
try to
thing about
shove
No
in
Way
like
Home.
new characters into the film just to introduce them. You know, it's going to be a bit of a cluttered mess, but oh well.
Well, here's the thing about No Way. Well, actually, are you describing No Way Home or Brand
No,
New
Brand
Day?
New Day, because
that's
No Way Home
literally
is more Spider-Man, whereas like Brand New Day was trying to shoehorn in new Marvel characters.
No Way Home was also shoehorning in all the cameos and multiverse shenanigans and stuff like that.
A little, but that was all just a story way to separate Spider-Man from the main Marvel continuity, because at the time Sony was gonna, I think, do their own thing, but then they were like, no, let's just give him back to Marvel and let them pay for him again, like DC.
Here's the thing, though.
Sorry, Disney.
I love No Way Home, by the way. But when you ask about all the Spider-Man films and like what my favorite is, literally No Way Home can be first place and last place depending on what day you ask me, because that movie, it was an event. It was like you go to the theater and everybody's there being wowed by like the cameos and like, dude, the 3 Spider-Man, that's like so awesome. And then you really think about some of the issues the movie has and you're like, okay, do we need that strange fight in this? Do we need like these villains doing this stuff? There is a lot of iffy. Actually, like sometimes you think about it, it might be more of a 6 or a 7 out of 10 like movie. But then it's like, oh, but the villains, it's stuck on, it's Willem Dafoe, Green Goblin. Oh my gosh, they're all back. Holy shit, Andrew Garfield was awesome.
Yeah, and they do a
like,
good job too. To be
it just
fair.
bumps up to 9 out of 10.
Because we have bad examples too. Like Spider-Man 3 was shoving in a bunch of characters, but it was not done well. So at least No Way Home did a good job juggling all the characters and stuff.
Snake, say more about the movie, what you thought and whatnot. because you got the mask, you got the responsibility.
Well, personally, I thought it was a bit of a shame. Well, are we going to jump right into spoilers?
I think we can get.
I think you kind of have to because the non-spoiler stuff is not the movie. Like most of the stuff we're talking about is the spoiler stuff.
So go to this timestamp that Sonic's put on screen to skip the spoiler talk of Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
We're getting right into it.
Speedy.
So I thought it was honestly, I think it's a bit of a shame that they're using this to launch the X-Men,
the mutants,
rather than just doing a Spider-Man story. And also, I know Jean is part of a trend where you have a lot of bad stuff being done by these female villains, and then we're supposed to feel bad for them at the end.
It's the Scarlet Witch problem all over again. Yeah.
I hate.
Are you really telling me that you think that no one died because of Jean's actions? Really?
I hate that you went right to that, because that's literally my biggest issue with the movie. I hate that you went right into that.
That's why it's a big theory that it was a different villain at first, because the things she's doing does not line up with her character at all. Even if you write backwards, which I was explaining to my girlfriend, I'm like, I think the real issue is they wrote backwards. They have Jean Grey act as if she already knows her sister is dead, and that's why she's being such a C-word. But she doesn't know that yet. She just knows that she's kidnapped and missing. So why is she putting innocent people in danger like she's got nothing left to lose? It's like she already knows her sister's dead because the writer already knows the sister's dead. And so they're writing Jean Grey incorrectly. That's how it comes off in hindsight.
Okay, so the thing is, I feel like when you depict any character in media, or say any villain in media, there's a leveling of degree of, say, this villain's like, how bad they are, essentially. So it's like, look at Punisher. Okay, he's killed people. Oh, that's a bad thing. Yeah, that's terrible. Ooh, isn't that kind of terrible? But he's also a hero, guys. Isn't that like? But like, how much do you hate this character because he kills people? You cannot ask the audience; they might have differing opinions. But then you say, okay, Colossus dated an underage girl.
Oh yeah.
I feel like a majority of people would say Colossus is worse in this situation. And
well, to be fair to Frank, he doesn't kill innocent people. He kills criminals. He kills bad people.
That too, exactly.
Whereas Jean is not just like possessing criminals. She's specifically putting civilians in harm's way. Like she doesn't know that when the tank is opened up and the old woman's in there, that she's not immediately just going to get bap. She doesn't know that, but she put that woman in danger.
Don't forget, she puts an explosion.
Yeah, which definitely killed people, by the way. Someone died from that. But then also, everyone forgets the random guy she had jump in front of a car just to prove a point to Spider-Man. He gets hit by a car.
Oh, I'm sorry. You mean the aura farming part? You mean like the
he just walks out
come
and gets
find
hit?
me, Peter?
There was a whole funny discussion about that, which
there.
Mahler put in his video that was funny, where someone said, we see him alive in the after credits, guys. Don't freak out. And he's like, that's a completely different old guy with a beard, you fucking idiot. That's not even the same guy.
How would you even notice that? I don't know who says this. I don't know when it was said, but somebody brought up, guys, it's okay. Jean, terrible things. She's definitely done terrible things, but nobody died. I'm
yes,
like,
they did.
When did they ever say that, though? Maybe it is a
no,
thing.
Several characters do die. They're just misremembering. Yeah.
Let's also not forget the part where she possesses MJ to kiss Spider-Man.
I would like to get to that last, because that's the worst thing out of this entire thing.
It is not,
that is considered sexual assault.
It is sexual assault, yeah. Which attempted murder is worse, by the way. I want to go on the record. Attempted murder is worse, but let's go on. Yeah.
Have you guys seen Obsession?
No.
Or have you heard
I know
of the
that Gen
movie
Z
Obsession?
thinks it's God's gift to cinema, but my friend saw it and said, it's good.
Well,
yeah.
Funnily, the actress of that is meant to be playing Rogue, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that Indy is going to be playing Rogue, which is kind of interesting. I love that movie, by the way. It's fantastic.
It's good.
But when that movie came out, people were debating about like the whole ethnicity, or like the whole
ethics.
That's not right.
Ethics.
The whole like because in that movie, you know, the not to spoil too much, but let's say a character is also possessed in that movie. Well, they don't really have free will over their body and their choices, so when they're being taken advantage of, it's kind of like the RAE.
It's Wonder Woman 2. It's Wonder Woman 1984 all over again. Yeah.
so there's like this sense of like, well, Jean is taking possession of these people in a way. It's like they don't have their consent. You know, maybe there's also some assaulting going on there if you really think about it and whatnot. I'm jumping ahead, but it's like she takes over Hulk, and it's like, okay, look, everybody in the world knows, I'm sure in that universe, that like Hulk is not someone you really want to be activating. You know, there's like a genuine city danger that could be happening. It's like Iron Man had to build a specific suit just to stop him.
And even then it was a plot writing. So that's all that was.
She just like, I don't care, I'm gonna take over the Hulk, and it's like, she also kind of fucked over Banner's life after that. It's just like he's been trying his best not to bring this out and whatnot.
Which is definitely gonna lead to a new movie. I'm sure it's gonna be like Punished Hulk. We're gonna get the punished Hulk arc where he's like a dark hero again.
And also,
Dog, we are not getting another Hulk film. That is never
But he's gonna be in
happen.
another movie where he's like a disgraced version of Banner. It's coming. That's what they did. I think that was done on purpose. They used Spider-Man to introduce a lot of things for future movies that are gonna be all spin-offs. Yeah.
Yeah.
And even the way the Hulk is like carried away and like you don't know what happens to him, it's just a setup for a new film he's gonna be in.
I reckon it's going to lead into a moment in Secret Wars where even if it's based on the latest Secret Wars, they're going to adapt the scene from the original Secret Wars where he holds up a mountain, and that's going to be like his big redemption moment where it's like adapt the hypest thing Hulk ever did, hold up a mountain to keep everyone else alive, and it's like, yo, Hulk, you saved the day, you're a good guy. And that's going to be at the culmination of this, because he's not allowed to have full arcs. Remember, we still don't know why he's not Professor Hulk anymore.
We don't.
That just got undone off screen.
Oh no, he said he has like the controller and whatnot, which inspires Spider-Man to make.
But why?
He shouldn't need that.
But why,
Yeah,
if
he's
he
in control.
remains in control of his Hulk form in Endgame,
And also in
so
She-Hulk.
why does he need that? Why?
He wants more control over it, I guess. It's a plot device for Peter to make that device too, also, I guess. But
Yeah, which is a device that's set up for X-Men
Yes, it
films.
is.
Yeah, indeed.
It's to set up the mutant inhibitors. So
I hate that this movie is just them admitting that they know X-Men movies can't be successful without Spider-Man soft launching them. I hate that they're just like softly admitting that with this movie.
But I also want to let's finish up with MJ. Not MJ. Let's finish up with
moral dilemma.
Jean Grey here, because
Mary Jean.
let me say this: that kiss scene when it happened, I was a little bit like, I don't really like the fact that like, oh, she just remembers now. It's like, because it's like the whole point of why No Way Home ends pretty greatly is because Peter does have a pretty big sacrifice at the end, like what he chooses to do. And this movie is quite the consequences, is quite the aftermath of that, like, wish that he does, basically. And it's like, yeah, if you just revert that back, I don't really know if I like that and whatnot. And then it's revealed that, oh, Jean was possessing her. I feel like everybody in the theater got a bit of a ick feel when
You
they
were
saw
supposed
that
to.
scene. I was like,
and that's why I
ooh.
do think it was meant to be a villain. It's just like the WandaVision thing, where when you learn that it was going to be Mephisto originally or something, and you're like, this makes a bit more sense than it just being Wanda for some reason by the end. That's how I feel about this movie. I do think that like the first half of the film seems like an actual villain is doing this, not a hero just trying to do their own thing and do their own like rescuing. So it's very at odds. Also,
Yeah,
am I
the
wrong, or is
way
Jean
she's
not a bitch in
taunting
the
him-
comics? What's this new trend of making Jean evil right away from the word go? Like everyone loves to do
Apparently,
that.
she's always been ambiguously like, I don't know, the defenders are
I
saying
thought
that. So she has her weird motives, or
thought
she
she
does
was-
some weird stuff in the
I
comics.
thought in the original comic she was close to a paragon. I thought she was pretty damn virtuous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here it's like, well, now everything has to be cynical and morally grey.
yeah,
We can't
and they're
just
also-
have a villain who's just a villain for the
Exactly.
sake
And they're
of
also
it.
too lazy to do dark. Like the show actually did, but they're too lazy to do Dark Phoenix and Phoenix. They just love to merge them into the same character when they're not. So that's also confusing. But you know,
the thing about this is like, I would even say I like the conclusion arc. It's like how she like in a way redeems herself, because it's like that whole scene where like she pops into like Peter's head to like talk to Aunt May. I thought that was really powerful. I was like, that's a really good way to
Yeah.
do it. And it's like, and the annoying thing is like I can see what works here, because it's like the struggles that Peter is going through are also coinciding with what Jean is going through and stuff like that. And it's like, that's all great, I feel like, at the end there. The issue is she's kind of unforgivable.
she is.
In the first half, like what she does. And I don't think they wanted that. I don't think like they wanted to make her this evil, unfortunately.
It's been an overarching problem post Infinity Saga, where they have a bunch of characters where you can tell the writers feel one way about the character, but the audience is almost universally like, no. Like, Jean is clearly evil.
Yes.
She does a lot of heinous things that are really unforgivable. Likewise, you have
Wanda from WandaVision. I think that's a really good example
yeah,
there.
That was like a weird inverse is US Agent when he was Captain America in where the show's like, oh, he's so evil, he's such a bad guy, and it's like I feel like he was well within his rights to kill that
Yes, he was.
terrorist
A lot
who
of
just killed
things.
his partner.
Almost everything he
And,
does
then,
is
and
right.
then at the end,
Yeah.
they give him this hero moment where like he's instead of going after the villain, he goes to save these people. He's the only character in that show who has an arc.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you not realize that he's the hero?
People are
here?
starting to say, like, guys, I'm starting to wonder if the writers in Hollywood are just bad people because they don't know how to write good people, and the people they write as heroes are bad. I'm starting to think they're just bad people. And it's like, well, at the very least, they don't know how to write a good or a complex character. They're trying to call Jean Grey morally gray. And I'm like, no, she's not morally gray when she's bad 99% of the movie.
She's a little too bad.
And even it also makes Spider-Man's sacrifice not as good because you're like, yes, he would do that. Spider-Man always saves people. That is his thing. But you feel like it's less of a heroic moment because it's like, really, Spidey, for her? Like, you save a lot of people in, like, a daily week. Like, in an average week, you save a lot of people. If you die for this wannabe terrorist, this is a big loss for New York and just the world in general. Her? You're going to die for her?
Without Spider-Man, New York has lost its heart.
And also,
I feel like they established enough connections between these two characters in the movie, especially later half. I really do like a lot of these like connecting parts that they try to like what Peter trying to get along with Jean, especially later half. Early on, like, it definitely was that whole part, especially with the MJ. It's like he even calls her a monster for that and stuff like that. But it's like later on, especially by the end when he does get shot, it's like it's implied. It's like, oh, Jean was the one that kept him alive for a long time. It's like she's like breathing for him and all that kind of stuff. It's like I just wish they thought about like her actions, or maybe make it more like, okay, why is she able to do this? Like, I don't know. Maybe she's 16. That's why she doesn't really know right or wrong.
Yeah. It took me until I was
old
to get empathy. Yeah. iDubbbz.
What? Okay, stop. Okay, dog, what were you going to say? Keep going.
So like I was going to say too, like people were even pointing out, like, because I like Aunt May being so, I love the idea of Aunt May being so powerful that just her wholesomeness can like melt any frozen heart. But also that scene doesn't make any sense because one, what she says is kind of nothing. It's a nothing sentence. Like, you're special, but people love you because you're you, not because you're special. And it's like, okay, this is the most generic one note thing that would apply to anybody. It's like a fortune cookie. But also, I'm not upset because no one thinks I'm special. That's not why I'm mad at me. I'm mad because someone tortured my sister until she died. What you're saying is not making me feel any better, and it's not pertinent to what I'm upset about right now. Not even close.
Ironically, Spidey himself would have been a better person to talk it down.
Imagine that.
I know that it's not the way it's portrayed in this film, but because Spidey traditionally is hated by New York, so the idea of him being like, yeah, you know, people hate me for reasons beyond my control, but I get up and do what I do every day because it's the right thing to do. Like, even if they don't appreciate it, you still have to get out there and save these people and prove to them like you're a good person. Like that, it should have been him. Not Aunt May.
But see, in the modern day, Snake, you can't have a man telling a woman how to fix herself because that's like sexist. So it's got to be the woman.
Oh my
talking to a
gosh,
woman.
dog! Afterwards, he does. He talks to her afterwards too. Holy shit! Just don't make this shit up. Yes, it starts with Aunt May, but then afterwards, Peter does talk to him. Don't just be like a mad cat tell her what to do.
May is the one who kind
Holy
of gets
shit.
through to her first, even though May is literally dead.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
They literally found a way to
I'm
write
just
someone
shaking
else
my
into
head,
the
not
scene,
agreeing
so
with
Peter
these
isn't
two.
the one
Okay,
to
guys.
do it.
I'm just saying. I get that scene for why it's supposed to help out, because she's also like, she didn't want the powers. She's like now all of a sudden like a mutant and all that kind of stuff. So Aunt May is trying to tell her, it's like, yes, you may have these powers that are like very changing you and whatnot, but deep down, it's like the people who care about you will people who care about you because of who you are, not because of what your powers are.
But the person I
think
care
it's
about
a very
is dead,
simple
though.
message.
Doesn't make sense. The person who cared about me, the only one in my life, is dead. This scene makes no sense. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying, like, in hindsight,
Well, that's why Peter says you have me by the end of that too.
That makes more sense. That's better.
Forgotten.
That's a bit better.
It's not. It's not complicated. It's not rocket science. I feel like the's a lot of very easy stuff that are set up.
I never
here.
got that feeling that Jean Grey didn't like her powers. I never got that feeling.
Dismiss his point just because you disagree. You can't say, "Well, I disagree with your reading, therefore you're wrong." Like no, the Aunt May thing. Like, yes, it's not the whole thing, but like the things she's saying is completely irrelevant to what Jean's going through.
Completely irrelevant, guys. All right,
sure. I never got Jean Grey not liking her powers. When we see Jean Grey with her sister, they seem to love their powers. It's not until they get caught that they're like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. The thing May says there has nothing to do with Jean's struggle.
Let's get past the moral stuff and get into the actual plot holes, because that's the funny part too. Spider-Man, no one knows who Peter Parker is, but I'm assuming that everyone knows Spider-Man saved the world, along with Hulk and stuff, right? I imagine that's that's
guess.
common
Probably.
knowledge at this point. I imagine because the Avengers saved the world.
There are certain points in the MCU where specific details about the final battle with Thanos are known to the public. So presumably it would have been like in an official Avengers press conference that these heroes helped save the world and Spidey.
I only bring that up because Jean Grey has one
Presumably.
experience with Spider-Man early on, where she thinks just because he's with the damage control that he must be bad like them, and it's like, well, you also know that he saved the world and that he's constantly saving people when you put them in danger. So if he was just like a dog and an agent for damage control, he wouldn't be doing all this. So people are like, wait, why didn't Jean Grey just talk to him? Like, hey, Spider-Man, my sister's been kidnapped. She's in this building. Can you look into that, please? Like, at no point she even considers that option, which is really odd. When Spider-Man is known as not just a hero, not just a selfless hero, but a hero of the Earth. This is a Earth-level hero. Could even go to Banner and do this. Like, you could just talk to Banner. There's so many ways. She can even go into your brain and show you because she has like mind melding, like memory sharing abilities. She could just do it, which is again why I think it was a villain originally before the rewrite. But yeah, so go ahead.
Yeah,
her powers are also completely different from the comics.
Yes, they are. She can't do that
So
shit in the
it really
comics.
does feel like it was supposed to be someone else.
I actually think that's a pretty cool way to introduce her. Be like, well, I guess if you really think about it, like Xavier has, like you could do that in a way. So it kind of adds the mystery of who is this character and whatnot.
Well, that was fun,
so
yeah.
I think it's kind of like it's an interesting, and it kind of makes it creepy in the movie too. It's like, oh, just people getting possessed throughout the city, like that's kind of interesting.
The thing is, like it didn't even have to be an established character. They could have just said, well, here's the power set we want to use. We could just make an original character to be the villain.
Perhaps, yeah. It's not that important that it had to be Jean Grey, I guess.
Jean's powers just don't work like this at all. I mean, yeah, I get that she's young, so her powers are manifesting a little differently. And eventually she'll be able to do all that stuff, but it's just kind of a weird way to... I mean, it's like, you do this mystery thing, and it's like, well, how are you supposed to figure out the mystery if the biggest clue isn't even right?
Also not a Spider-Man villain, so that threw me off too, because I was genuinely intrigued in the trailers. I was worried too, because they were shoving so much stuff into it, but I was like, okay, I don't know what villain this is, and I'm not even going to research it because I'm curious to see which villain this is. And I'm like, oh, well, the twist is, F me, it's not a villain. It's a hero from a different IP. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's why I didn't see it coming. But
Wow, you never saw it coming. Interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like...
I didn't see it coming. No, when I thought it was, for a split second, it's the redhead in the car. I thought, is that fucking Mary Jane? I was like, we could have some weird alternate timeline Mary Jane that has like psychic powers that she hates Spider-Man because maybe in her
funny.
timeline she's evil. I thought of all this like random shit in like 30 seconds that I'm like, oh, it's Jean Grey. Which is confusing if they ever do introduce MJ now, like the actual Mary Jane, because she's a redhead too, and it's going to confuse like the casual MCU fan who doesn't know anything else.
Well, they're not going to introduce Mary Jane because they
No.
already have Michelle as MJ. Like, I think this, if they were going to do it, this would be the
I
chance
know,
to do
right?
it. But they didn't. So, and the fact that he's basically restarting his relationship with them, I thought they'd be gone for.
They
a
were
film
supposed
or
to
two.
be, but then they got cold
Ned
feet.
and
That was
MJ.
the whole point of the ending of No Way Home, is they're going to take a break from these characters because let's be real, we like Ned, we like MJ, but fans are also craving like the typical Spider-Man comic experience. So they're like, okay, let's separate them for a bit, maybe have a separate movie, then bring them back. And they just said no. No, we're gonna bring them back. In fact, I feel like they're more in this movie almost than they were in No Way Home. There's like so many scenes with them. I was like, huh. Sorry, Sonic, you okay?
No, I'm just letting you guys talk. I disagree with you completely, but I'm just letting you guys talk.
Gotcha.
He's so salty.
I'm sorry,
He's so
Sonic. I didn't mean to upset
No,
anybody.
I just feel like you guys are complaining about some of the most things. Like I genuinely don't care. But I would like to add on to what you
Sonic,
just said there.
it's the resolution of the film. The whole conflict of the film this is the resolution of that. It's not unreasonable if to talk about it if we have an issue with the way that part of the film is handled.
I meant like early on, but if we're going to talk about, we're talking about Ned and MJ now. If you guys want to bring that up,
Yeah.
I would agree with the notion of like, yeah, it's like I kind of wish it's like maybe they shouldn't be in this movie, but I really did like how they handled it. Like I did actually feel like there is still a big consequence of like what happened from No Way Home. It's like I feel like it does a link really well. It's like this is why Peter is like in his like really depressed like arc and stuff like that, and why he's like really like because you see in the beginning of the movie he's like he's still stalking them like through Instagram and whatnot. It's like he's still trying to like be there even though he's not there and whatnot, and that adds to why he goes through like the it's not puberty because he's like in his 20s, but it's like that's where he gets his more Spider-Man spider stuff getting like out there.
Well, that's Man Spider shit coming on. Yeah, it's pretty sick. Yeah. I'm looking forward to Man Spider. That's probably going to happen in the Doomsday or something. Yeah.
They are never going to do Man Spider in a film because it'd be gross and horrific, and they want to appeal to families with these Spider-Man films, and even the Avengers films. They want to appeal to families. They're not going to put a live-action Man Spider in these films. It's not like you might see him in Spider-Verse. I could see that happening because it's animated. They're never doing a live-action Man Spider unless it was like the only time there was a chance of that happening was in Madam Web, where the premise was, what if Spider-Man was a serial killer? And so we had Ezekiel Sims being that character. Yeah. He could have been a Man Spider. That would have been horrifying, but they didn't do that. We're never going to get it.
I mean, that's true.
People who a lot of people were disappointed that we didn't get it. You people are insane. That was never going to happen.
I didn't think in this movie, no.
You can't get mad about it because it was never going to happen.
True Underdog.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You know when we got Man Spider?
Oh.
Black Noir.
Oh, I guess a little bit. A little bit. Yeah.
If you really wanted that.
But like he gets their blood red eyes, which is already spooky enough. Even my girlfriend was like, "What is that?" And I had to whisper to her, "I'm like, that's like his Man Spider powers activating.
Oh wait,
that's why he gets the red eyes."
Black Noir is from The Boys. My bad. It's the.
I knew he meant Spider-Man Noir. Yeah, which again, it's such Spider-Man a weird movie. I mean, it's our weird series. But yeah, I mean, I thought that it's funny. I know they're not going to do it because they don't have the balls. But I thought the whole reason they were setting this up, like, okay, we got Punisher. Because Punisher is like the perfect person to take out Man Spider when he loses control. He could have like an antidote that he snipes him with or something from a distance, and that would be the one to take him out. I think it was Kraven in the original story, which is fitting too. But although we don't have Kraven because that movie shit the bed. So we got Punisher.
Holy shit.
And I'm like, that could be cool. And to be fair, I think there is still one way we get Man Spider. And it's if they... He's going to stare at me with like the disappointed face when he's fucking Ghost. No, I see him.
Whoa!
I'm waiting for his headphones to get back on, so he can't hear me right now. So I'm waiting for his headphones to get back on. Hell yeah, Snake! I guess it must be very cold where he's at. Cause I'd be sweating up like a storm with that thing on. But
true, I'm actually really hot just recording this episode.
But I was gonna say that they could do Man Spider, but only if they skip the bizarre middle stage where he just has 6 arms as a human, and it looks horrifying.
I feel like that's the only part you can.
Well, I thought it'd be cooler to just skip to where he's like the full-on wolf spider form, where he's like all furry and he looks all terrifying. Just skip to that off screen.
Because it's horrific, dog. They want to appeal to children with these films.
I was a kid and thought that toy was fucking cool. I love the Man Spider action figures and stuff. I thought it was cool in the cartoon. In the 90s cartoon, he became Man Spider. That was for kids.
Yes, a cartoon, not live action. Live action is more gross.
I want it. I want my Man Spider eventually.
Thank you, Snake, by the way, for the thumbnail picture right there.
Well, then maybe the most we'll get
for the thumbnail.
I'm calling it now. The most we're gonna get for Man Spider, if it ever happens in Doomsday or some crossover, is he's gonna still have the Spider-Man suit on, and the spider legs are gonna grow out of his back, and instead of it being like the mechanical spider arms that he had in like the earlier films, it's gonna be just actual furry spider arms. They're doing the same thing, like combat-wise. And that's going to be what we get. But he's going to have the suit on, so you won't see like the creepy part where they attach to his back or anything. But that would be cool. That could be something. And he'd be like, activate instant kill mode. Oh, wait. That's me. I am the instant killer. Sorry, go ahead.
A little bit piggybacking off, just to finish up the Ned and the MJ part. One thing I really did like was how like Peter did not get MJ back. It's like there was a very clear like, this is not happening by that, and like when they had that conversation, when she saw the letter, and that's like a big consequence of like because of No Way Home. And I really did like, just like, okay, I'm happy to see that there was a really big consequence for that situation at least. I mean, I kind of agree maybe they didn't even need to be in the movie, but at the same time, like, I like this. I like seeing it's just like, even though they're hanging out together around that one scene and stuff like that, it's just like, it's not the same anymore, unfortunately. Like, that's the sad thing. It's like they were a team before, but now it ain't gonna work.
Well, unfortunately, with the handshake at the end, it's kind of implying he's gonna get the crew back like normal, and it's just gonna be, they're gonna revert everything.
At least for Ned. Ned, yes, because it's like, even MJ implied, you two should talk. It's like, it seems like, even if, I feel like he wants to get Ned back, at least, because they were really good friends.
Can I mention a very minor thing that's not a big deal, but it bothered me? There's a part where she does a drawing of them hanging out, like MJ draws them hanging out, and it's clearly not a drawing, it's a photo that they used like a software to vector image it, and it's so cringe. I'm like, that's not even a drawing. Use the software to vector image an actual photo. That's so cringe.
That's a funny catch.
Because that's not what sketches look like. But yeah, anyway. Yeah.
Since Snake is wearing that outfit, what'd you guys think about Frank Castle?
Mostly good until the end when he's getting all emotional because he wouldn't give a shit. He'd be like, wow, you jumped in the way of a would-be serial killer. I don't care.
Come on. He feels bad because he shot Peter. That's why he
But
felt
Peter
bad.
jumped in the way. It wasn't his fault. You know what I mean? So I feel like both make sense. I agree with your stance. It's possible. But I feel like the Frank Castle I know from Daredevil and shit, he'd be like, I didn't aim at you. Like, whatever happens when I shoot at a criminal is your choice. Like, you had time to see the bullet coming and jump in the way. You didn't accidentally get hit. I have, like, zero blame for this. From my perspective, she had controlled and froze an army of citizens who, let's be real, at least half of which had a stroke. Bare minimum. Maybe didn't die, but at least had a stroke. She probably killed 20% of that population that was frozen for that brief of time. Or at the very least, they have permanent scarring and trauma. Because of that moment, they just froze for no reason. But
I mean, well, I'd hate to be a citizen of New York in this setting.
Oh,
Remember,
yeah.
like a year ago, at this point, what happened in Thunderbolts? It's like, oh,
well, that's the funniest part. Is realistically,
no.
they wouldn't live there anymore. New York would have a serious housing problem if like no one wanted to live there.
Somebody made like a TikTok video where it's like, first off, 2012 Avengers, like a Loki invasion, and then Thanos snaps, and then come back, and then get shadowed, and then comes back, and then Jean Grey, It's like New York is in constant pain. Actually, Dog, you didn't see Daredevil, but essentially in Daredevil, New York seemed like a shit town too. It's just like constantly riots and constantly protests and whatnot.
Because that's Hell's Kitchen, right? That he's in, which is given that name for a reason.
No, it's all.
It is all of New York. Oh shit.
Kingpin, like Wilson Fisk was the mayor of New York during the show, so it's like there was a lot of like around there.
That is funny.
But again, we need conflict in New York for the best stories to happen in the MCU. It's all New York.
And we more importantly need citizens to stay there willingly when they would not. It's like they just would not.
I actually think the funny thing about looking at Frank Castle in this movie is because it's like he definitely still acts very like edgy and like swears and
But MCU-ified,
But there is this part. He does feel MCU-ified, but I also I like him,
I like him too.
a lot in this movie.
Yeah. Well, basically, you can tell that the reason Frank is here is not because it'll be interesting to have Frank meet Spider-Man. It's because John Bernthal and Tom Holland are good friends.
That's cute. I didn't know that.
Oh, that's
So
really
it's
cute.
cool to have them in a movie. Yeah, they helped each other film the respective audition tapes for the MCU.
Oh, that's awesome! I never knew about that
I
part.
didn't know that either.
Yeah, so that's why he's here. It's because these two are friends, and finally, after being in the MCU for so many years, both like a decade, finally they get to appear in something together.
This is also the Punisher's first MCU movie debut, right? If I'm not mistaken, because he's been in the shows for a while.
Yeah, he's only been in Daredevil, his own show, and Daredevil Born Again.
And also his own like one-off episode, One More Kill, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah. I just think to me, when looking at the Punisher in the movie, I do feel like it gives me the feeling of like this is a Spider-Man comic, and then it's like Punisher, you see how much more dark and edgy he is in Daredevil, but then in Spider-Man's movie, he's a lot more like, in a weird way, like more whimsical in a sense. Especially he's not like very serious like when he was in Daredevil, but he's still, in my opinion, his most important like role in the movie was when he tells Spider-Man, it's like, you think I chose this life? Well, let me tell you something. If I can go back to my loved ones, like if I knew they were alive right now, I do nothing but just go back to them right now. It's like I don't have that luxury and stuff like that, and like that's a really big wake up call for Peter. And I thought that was a really good scene for him.
And him with the Hulk is cute too. When he's like, "You just don't want to fight the Hulk, don't you?" And he's like, and just walks off. He's agreeing, but he's grunting. You know, I like how someone did an animation for that. It was so funny before the film even came out, and he even includes that line, "Let me tell you something." When he's like, "Well, there he is, Spider-Man. Go fight him." And he's like, "Fight him? That's the Hulk. I'm not gonna fight the Hulk. You shoot him. You got all the guns and stuff. Let me tell you something. I'm not gonna fight." And then Daredevil's like, "I'll do it." Camera pans over and he's like, "This is my city, and I still believe in New York." Yeah, go get him, Daredevil. We just sent a blind guy to fight the Hulk. We did. We just sent a blind guy to fight the Hulk, and it shows like him far away. Like he throws a baton at Hulk and it bounces off of him. Hulk just grabs his whole face and just chucks him, and he just disappears. It's like, oh shit, he's dead. We just killed Matt.
I do like the bit though when Even though it's predictable that Frank gets possessed, I do like the when Jean's just like, whoa, this guy's got issues.
Yeah, this guy's pretty fucked up.
I was a bit too hopeful. I was really hoping that when she possessed him, she'd get tossed out from the sheer trauma and flux of emotions. Like, I can't even be in there.
I did
I saw a dead family immediately,
too, yeah.
and I lost my shit. I had to get out. I was kind of hoping that would happen, and I'm like, dude, what if she can't possess
That would have
Punisher?
been really interesting. It would have been really interesting if she was hesitant to use him because he lost his family. She's trying to save her sister, so she's like, I feel bad using this guy,
Perhaps, yeah. If he did know him more, yeah, I agree. I did like the part where it's like when Punisher's like, "What do you think I'm doing? I'm here to save you." It's like, "That's the Hulk." Oh shit!
Oh, yeah.
Just that scene was also really funny too.
They never explain why Peter's immune to the mind jumping. I'm guessing it's because the spider half. Is that what they're trying to imply there? That like the spider half kicks her out?
Plot point, it's like, okay, sure.
When it first happened...
Yeah, they could have explained it better, but...
Yeah, well, when it first happened, I thought like the writers did their research because in the comics, Peter himself, not even Spider-Man, Peter has what's described as like superhuman willpower. So it makes him very hard to mind control unless you trick him. If you give him a fake perception of reality, then he'll do what you want because you're just tricking him. But he's pretty hard to like mind control and even like keep sedated because he has like extreme willpower and he can snap himself out of stuff. So I thought that's what they were implying, but that's probably giving the average movie writer too much credit because that's like a deep Spider-Man lore.
Can I bring up something? Cool. I don't know if y'all agree with me on this, but like, was the finale where Spider-Man fights the Hand, that group, was that like the best fight scene in the whole movie?
It was interesting. I remember I was like kind of laughing when I saw the trailer.
Well, to be fair, there weren't a lot of fight scenes in the film.
That's true. But I meant like just that one was like, wait, this is kind of badass. The way the Hand are like fighting and like holding hands together, doing like these like more Chinese martial art,
jumping
like,
off each other to like get extra height was cute. And also just the fact that like
fucking pulling a Yoshimitsu.
Exactly. Which someone also pointed out, if Jean did that, that's her killing someone. But
I feel like Jean did, right? I'm not sure. But
she at least told them to attack Spider-Man, which means she engaged their like fight or flight response. So she's at least guilty indirectly of killing one person, because you don't live through that. That was a direct gut stab. That's a wrap. And then again, it is the MCU, so there could be magic healing bullshit. Also, I wanted to bring up what's cool about that fight scene is that they did such a good job foreshadowing that Peter's spider version of stuff is more powerful. He's just not in control of it. Like his webs are way stronger when he's in spider mode. So the fact that like they use the anti-web blast, which is a sonic disruptor, when they use that against him, and she's like, look, they even have weapons to use against you. And I'm like, well, I mean, they are called damage control. They should, because also there's a known mind hijacker on the loose. Of course, they'd have weapons to beat me. But anyway, we'll skip past that. I thought it was cool that they have powers that beat him. They have weapons that negate what he can do. But when he evolves on the spot and he's in control of it, they're just done because they weren't ready for this leveled up version of Spider-Man. So it's a cool payoff of him perfectly blending both forms. And I'm glad because in the trailer, I thought when he caught the sword's web, it looked so stupid because I'm like, why is he doing that? Spider-Man can just do this with a sword if he wants to. He's got extremely durable skin. He can just catch that and go and crush it. Like Spider-Man is almost bulletproof. He's so durable. But I'm like, it's still cool, I guess. In the scene, it's cool. But in the trailer, I was worried because I'm like, are we really going to try to pretend this like group of, like, yeah, they're elite ninjas, but are we going to pretend they can fight Spider-Man who dodges bullets? Are we going to pretend they're even like a close to a match for him? But it's still a great scene. I enjoyed it because I don't live and die by power levels. I'm not one of those cringe power scaling people. So I still think it was fun. Mm-hmm. Yeah, very fun.
By the way, I mean, I think it's a powerful line, and I like the line like, are you Spider-Man or are you Peter Parker? I'm both.
Yeah.
Not a bad characterization point. Mm-hmm. I just want to send you guys this meme right here.
Uh-oh. Reminds me of all those great clips of like Spider-Man doing like one highlight and posting it on Twitter, and the response being like, keep in mind this happened after 10 games of straight throwing, and he finally got a cool play to post on Twitter or on like YouTube.
Yeah.
After 10 games of straight throwing. Spider-Man's a good character though. I think like if you have a decent amount of practice with him, Spider-Man's good. But
he's probably the hardest character in the game, but if you actually are good, you can get pretty good
Oh,
results.
and also I'm talking casual. I'm talking quick match. I'm sure in ranked he's way harder to get consecutive wins with, but in the casual, in casual quick play, I think any Spider-Man fan, I see a Spider-Man player, I don't freak out. I see a Blade player, I get a bit concerned because I've come across like one good Blade player in my entire time of playing.
That's funny because Blade is pretty easy.
I know.
Like if you know the buttons.
There's
So
no
if you still mess up with him, that's
Same with Magic, and there's one other character who when I see someone pick them, I'm like, oh, it's Devil Dino.
Iron Fist.
When I see a Devil Dino, I get nervous
Oh,
because
Devil
he requires
Dino.
like, unless you have teammates with you, then it's fine. He can be played as he's supposed to. But if you're by yourself, Devil Dino is one of the worst characters you can pick. I try to play him, and I'm good with Devil Dino, and I still just get melted the second my healers decide to leave without telling me.
Oh yeah.
And like I'll be in the middle of a skirmish already, and they're healing me. I'm like, cool, we got this. Then they just leave, and I'm like, and just die.
Yes. Never play him solo tank. Make sure your healers are healing you. If you don't feel it, just fucking swap. It's just like okay, if the team doesn't want me, then find him. He's not a solo queue like on my own type kind of tank, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But he's very fun when he works though. But actually, we are getting close to the 3-hour mark, so I think we should wrap up this review if there is anything
probably done.
y'all else want to say.
No, it's a good film. Has its problems, but it's pretty good. It's just a shame that it couldn't be a bit more Spider-Man. Like you can tell that they're really desperate and like, okay, well, we need to set up some cool stuff for future films to get people back on board with the MCU. Which unfortunately, it's like how much of this stuff is actually going to get paid off in the event that Doomsday and Secret Wars don't win people back.
We'll find out. Exactly. Not entirely
They
sure.
are doing X-Men. They have announced the
actors,
the core cast of X-Men for Cyclops, Emma, Jean, of course, Rogue,
Professor
I think
X?
they're casting Xavier,
Yeah.
and I think Storm.
Oh, and don't
it's-
forget, what's he called? The Mr. Sinister.
Ooh.
Have they?
Yeah,
know about
Adam
that.
Driver,
Ooh.
Kylo Ren.
Oh no.
I mean, that was rumored.
No.
I don't
No,
know
they
if it
confirmed
was
it.
official.
They confirmed it.
When?
I'll look it up.
When?
Give me a sec.
I mean, that's fine. I'm just like, no, because I
Sure.
don't like Adam Driver that much, but it's fine, I guess.
How could you? Adam Driver is a great actor. He
is.
just plays Kylo Ren.
I don't like him in
unfortunately.
superhero stuff. Yeah.
Well, he's never. What's that other superhero stuff?
I mean,
he's been
Star
in?
Wars. I don't like him in Star Wars very much. I love him in dramas. He's really good in dramas.
Yeah,
I'm just worried how he's going to
exactly.
do a super villain because I feel like he's better at doing dramatic roles, which Mr. Sinister is pretty dramatic, to be fair, but I don't know. When I picture Mr. Sinister, I just don't see his face.
Adam Driver will play Mr. Sinister. Yeah, that's like they confirmed this one.
So you think he might have fit as better as someone like Magneto?
That'd be cool, yeah. A young Magneto, yeah.
But it is funny how that the initial team is Scott's harem. It's Scott and 4 women.
Oh,
And they, apparently, everyone keeps telling me, so I gotta mention it. Perfect casting! For
which one?
Emma Frost. Perfect casting!
Do you know the actress? Have you seen Ready or Not?
No, she
'Cause I
does
did.
look great. She looks great for the role. I'm just saying, like, I'm parroting it
Oh,
because
okay,
everyone's
okay.
saying it, so I'm like, I gotta mention perfect casting. And the Rogue actress looks
Gotcha,
pretty good too, to
gotcha.
be fair, for Rogue. I think that'd be a fun match. I'm kind of hoping they give her a bodysuit where she's like muscular under the suit or something, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
I've seen funny memes where it's basically scenes from Obsession, but with Rogue.
Yes.
So she's like looking around all sinister at Remy. So that was pretty funny.
If Rogue had that personality from Obsession, we'd be fucked. Just goes touching people, just killing us all.
No sugar. But I do think one thing that's kind of interesting about the actors, by the way, if you've noticed, is like, especially since it's like they casted like Sadie Sink as like Jean Grey from this movie. It's like they are casting younger actors to play the X-Men first because
Yeah.
eventually when they play them they'll be a bit more older. Like that's one of the. There's also it's like the starting point for these basically. So I think that's a pretty smart way to do it at first for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are all getting excited because they're casting beautiful people to play characters again. Sorry.
Just curious how they're going to actually introduce these X-Men, because like, are they going to merge the X-Men universe with the Marvel universe in Secret Wars, and then there'll just be new versions of them, or just going to go, no, they're just existing versions in this universe who are just starting to pop up now?
That's true, because the rumor is that Secret War is going to be a soft reboot for the MCU, so it's going to be like, is this going to be like Fantastic Four, where it's like it's going to be its own thing?
Oh.
You don't need to care about it, or what's
I
kind
just
of
had
Does
a
that mean we're
thought.
going to get lore accurate introduction to Venom's suit? That's going to be sick. Anyway, go ahead.
They do have some mutants. There are mutants in the MCU already. I
Kinda.
think Wonder Man is. I'm not entirely sure because I've not seen that show.
What about Wonder Man?
And we have.
Yeah, you are getting kind of muffled under the mask.
By the way, fresh cut.
I heard
Snake,
Wonder
nice.
Man.
Wonder Man, I think, is a mutant in the MCU. I'm not entirely sure because I've not seen the show.
I don't know if they mentioned that. I'll look
Seen
it
him
up.
on I sure saw him on a thumbnail about mutant characters in the MCU. But so we have characters like him and Kamala Khan. So some of those could be in the X-Men. And then I realized Kamala Khan is going to be a senior hero to the X-Men.
Oh lord.
That's fucking weird.
By the time X-Men happens,
This is
yeah,
what
I guess
happens
so.
when you have a team that is not planning the whole thing out. They're clearly a little bit by the seat of their pants with the current MCU.
Yep.
Like they're kind of going with the
Yeah.
flow. They're not planning it because they try to plan it ahead, but like that one guy pointed out, he's like, dude, we can scratch out this never happened, this never happened, this never happened. He's like drawing a line through all the stuff that got canceled. It's apparently even worse with James Gunn's DC verse, where like a lot of the stuff he said he was going to do just never happened, and people are like, where is it?
Well, yeah. Well, the Marvel one is really funny because stuff like one of the original Avengers, the Hulk, has a son.
Yes, he does.
He's never coming back. They're never gonna.
Are we ever
Well,
gonna
the
bring him
She-Hulk
up?
in general got deleted. Like She-Hulk doesn't exist. I'm like convinced doesn't exist because they're so disappointed with the turnout. They're like, nah, you just don't exist.
His fucking son, by the way.
I mean, Daredevil's had 2 seasons, and I don't think he ever mentioned at any point going off and fucking She-Hulk.
I don't
And
think
then
there was
they
ever
just
a reason
ignored the-
really to, but
They
yeah.
ignored the yellow suit. It's like no mention at all. It's like
What's really fun, I want to bring this up. What's always really funny about Daredevil in the other shows, whenever it's mentioned, Daredevil looks like he's on a vacation when he was in She-Hulk. I think when he appeared in the Echo show for a tiny bit, it just seems like he's just chilling. But it's like in his own show, he's fucking suffering.
Yeah.
It's like hell, basically.
He's like Peter.
Whenever he's in other shows, a vacation.
He's like Peter. Well, it's
So it's
because
like he had
his
a
show's
happy
so much
1
darker.
year, basically.
Like Netflix Daredevil, the first season is still one of the darkest versions of his story because they're trying to establish how terrible New York is and why he's gotta be Daredevil. It's not like he wants to. He's like this city needs someone for God's sake. Like, because it's so dark.
Daredevil Netflix season 1 and 3 were pretty dark, and I loved it.
That one episode where like I think is it the same episode where he does the hallway fight where at the end he's like doing the punching bag and it shows all the bad stuff happening around New York while he's fighting the punching bag, and it's meant to show like the reason he's training day and night is because look how bad everything is. Like he is training every second because this is what's happening right now, and it's such a well done scene. It's like, dude, they need him. Like we need him.
I mean, remember in season 1, Kingpin, one of his guys fails him, so he just gets his head in the car door and just
Until it
mashes
comes
to
off.
pulp.
Yeah, and gets smashed to pulp. Yeah, and it wasn't just because he failed him; it's because he interrupted his date. That even though it's not comic book accurate, I love this version of Kingpin where he's very smart, he's very calculated until he gets the baby rage. Then he just goes nuts,
Yes.
and I kind of like that because he's unpredictable. It's like Homelander and The Boys. If you see like a character you like sitting next to Kingpin, and he's like, let's talk. And you're like, I don't know, Kingpin. You might kill that guy on a whim. He may just say your mom gay, and you just snap on him. I don't know.
Yeah, dog. You haven't seen Born Again,
No,
right?
I
don't think
need
you've
to.
seen it. Yeah. I think Snake and I we like the show. I think if you're a big fan of Daredevil, it's good. Born Again. I think you would like it. It's also got good. It's not just good Daredevil. It's got good Kingpin too. So I think you would like that.
Good. I definitely.
And it also, unlike She-Hulk, actually cares about the legal proceedings of the show about a superhero lawyer. So that's so if you wanted to see some of that in She-Hulk and you're like, why the fuck is this not in She-Hulk when it's called Attorney at Law? You're gonna get some.
What
of that
do you
here.
think?
There's some pretty peak Phoenix Wright stuff happening. Yes.
What do you think is a worse line for a director / writer to say? Is it when Game of Thrones said, yeah, she kind of forgot about the Iron Fleet?
Danny kind of forgot
Or is it
about
when the
Iron
writers of
Fleet.
She-Hulk said, yeah, we didn't do any research on legal court stuff, so we just tried to skip that? This is something along those lines.
Yeah. Well, the
Personally-
She-Hulk one because the Game of Thrones one is for one plot point. This is the entire foundation
Yeah.
of the show. You called it
Yes, they
Attorney
did.
at Law. You outright suggest it's going to be about a lawyer, and then she's barely doing any legal stuff.
see-
Most of that stuff is B plot stuff while she's focused on her fucking dating life, and it's like it's one of the things where people would use as an example of it's about a woman, but it's written by a man.
Ah.
But I'm pretty sure the show is written by women, which is fucking weird.
So I was just gonna answer Dog's question. Like, on paper, I would agree with Snake, except I don't give a shit about She-Hulk. I'm much more of a Game of Thrones fan. So just hearing that from a show that used to be like every minute detail was almost perfectly calculated around the first 4 seasons, and then just some guy saying, Danny forgot about the Iron Fleet. It's like,
well, I like She-Hulk more, but I'm just saying,
we're at this
Game
point.
of Thrones was like on TV for a solid decade, so I understand being pretty attached to it.
It's like when hearing them say that about like a character, and like you can literally pinpoint exact scenes where Dany and her literal smartest characters in the entire like 7 Kingdoms all there telling Dany the plot of like what's happening with the fleet and whatnot, and it's just like, you have scenes that are like established, and it's like, oh, she forgot. It's like,
but don't forget, all this happened because you can blame the showrunners a little bit because they could have tried harder, and they were clearly checking out because they had gotten that deal with Disney, which hilariously fell through after Game of Thrones 8 flopped so hard. But you could tell they were checked out. But even so, don't forget the real criminal in this is the author himself, who clearly got lazy and just stopped writing because he was happy about his success and was, I don't know if he was partially worried he couldn't tie it up in a bow well himself, because a lot of authors fear that. A lot of great authors, even Stephen King infamously has very few good endings in any of his books, despite the books overall being bangers, that the endings typically suck. So maybe George R.R. Martin worried he couldn't do a good ending. I think he just got lazy. I look at that man, and I just think you were one of the laziest people. You saw your chance to check out, and you took it.
Dog?
Yeah.
Trust me, I am very on George R. R. Martin's case. This motherfucker, almost since 2011, has not finished that book, motherfucker. But I would not use the word lazy because he still went on to work on House of Dragons. Literally, have you seen Knights of the Seven Kingdom?
Not that. I've seen House of Dragon, but not Knights of the Seven Kingdom.
Knights of the Seven Kingdom is one of the greatest 6 episodes short story shows.
That's great, but it's not what we asked
year.
for. But that is awesome.
Yes, but it's really good.
Yeah,
I'm not joking. But my point is, he worked really hard on that one. Like, he was there on the sets working and stuff.
But
so I wouldn't use the word
lazy,
is what I'm trying to say. He's doing stuff.
He hasn't put out a book in this series since before the show. The entire original show and this miniseries and a spin-off, they all came out in the time between books.
True.
Yes.
At a certain point, he probably should just hand it off to someone else if he doesn't feel confident doing it.
You can use the word procrastinating. You can use the word just working on other stuff, he's distracting himself. But I wouldn't say the word lazy just because he is doing stuff.
Sure.
Unfortunately, he keeps doing stuff, so he's not working on a damn book. But that's I'm just trying to say at least there is stuff.
I wanted to bring up one side tangent real quick because me and my girlfriend read books every night. Been doing this for about a solid 2 years. Gotten through a lot of books. And one of our favorite authors for a bit, in the span of just 2 years, has written over 12 books. So book writing can be an expedient process if you just lock the fuck in. And I think George R. R. Martin is purposely not locking in. I do think he's enjoying. I think he's doing what he wants to do, which is good because you get good stories that way. I do appreciate that. But also, he could have locked in and finished Song of Ice and Fire. He could have. He could have locked in.
Maybe.
And he chose not to. I picture him in a club. I picture him in a club surrounded by women who love Game of Thrones. I just picture him anyway.
Oh, I'll give a very brief, very simple. I like Spider-Man Brand New Day. I'm not that critical what Dog and Snake were saying too much about on this, but I'm not a super duper Spidey fan, because if you go on Twitter, you'll see people they will curse the previous director with a lot of stuff and whatnot. It's actually kind of scary if you're a Spider-Man fan and you're talking about these movies. I'm not that diehard, but I actually did like a lot of stuff that they did in this movie, especially with Peter's arc, the whole street level stuff for him. I do appreciate what they're trying with him and stuff like that. I enjoyed the movie overall too.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a spin in the right direction. I haven't liked an MCU movie in a long time, and I don't even consider No Way Home an MCU movie. So,
did you not like Thunderbolts?
It was okay. I didn't dislike it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't dislike it.
Okay.
But
you like Fantastic Four too.
I did like Fantastic Four, but I didn't love it. Because they skipped all the parts I wanted to see. They skipped all the fun parts of them being regular crime fighters that I wanted to see.
Somebody brought up a very funny point about Fantastic Four. Somebody said Fantastic Four is a great sequel. It's if you look at it that way, it's that's an interesting way to put it.
And it was done that way on purpose.
Yeah, it is. It's called Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Yeah, true.
The best movie.
Somebody pointed out also, it's like Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, and Spider-Man is the weird trilogy of like, I didn't expect this to be actually pretty good right before Doomsday. It's like, we'll see where that goes.
That's
if
going to be a
good or
weird
not.
movie, man. They are trying to shove so
Indeed.
much into that people do not have a lot. They're really banking on you having watched previous stuff that's not even part of the MCU, because they introduced the Sentinels and stuff, and I'm like, if you didn't watch previous X-Men films, you have no clue what the fuck that is that he just pulled out of the ground.
Oh, they're Sentinels. I didn't watch any of the trailers. I didn't even know Sentinels was in the
My
movie.
bad.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I usually skip
Don't
all
worry
the
about
trailers
it.
too, but like with the Doomsday, I'm watching them because I'm laughing at how when they showed Doom with Thor. Have y'all seen that clip with Doom and Thor?
You mean the one where he like stops the hammer or
With
something?
this,
I've only seen
that's
the
what I
trailer.
mean. That's what I
First
mean.
trailer.
So there's a part when Thor
Oh yeah.
leaps with his hammer, like with all of his
Where
might,
Thor is probably gonna die.
Yeah.
or at least get dwarfed. He's at least gonna get dwarfed, but.
I think he's gonna die, and it's just a question of whether or not it gets brought back after Secret Wars.
It'd be a shame to kill him after he was given such a bad treatment in his recent movies, but is what it is. I just thought it was so funny how he catches
see.
it with 2 fingers, because that's such an anime thing to do. I'd never even seen Doom do that in the comics. So someone just saw an anime and was like, I want him to stop it with a finger. That'd be cool. Not a hand up with a shield, because that implies too much force was used. I want him to just put 2 fingers up. Like in the Fatal Fury movie when the guy catches a bullet with his fingers and then flings it back. I want to do that, but with Doom. I want to aura farm with Doom. Anyway, this show's getting too long. This podcast's getting too long.
Sorry, can I add something very off
It's your
topic,
podcast.
because like I did watch something else Spider-Man related, since we're on the Spider-Man
that's
topic.
sick.
Have any of y'all seen? Well, that's actually really cool. Look at that. Damn. I wonder who they're gonna cast as like the new Wolverine. That's gonna be a big deal, because it's like after Doomsday, there's definitely gonna be a new Wolverine for the X-Men movie.
They got to cast the soy Wolverine
big.
from the new game. They got to cast him. Soyverine.
What, like the 3D model or something?
Well, I guess the actor they used for his face, like the face model, who's doing all the performing. Yeah.
But what I'm trying to get at is, I'm sure none of y'all watched this, but while I was on my vacations, because I was forced by my brother, but I watched the Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show, which I have no idea if you have any interest in checking that out.
Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show.
plan to at some
Let me
point.
see.
It's the newest Spider-Man
Is that
show.
the one where he
It's-
has like a weird, where they race swapped Norman? is that the one?
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of changes. Yes, Norman can now say the N-word,
But he won't.
but
You say that like he wasn't gonna say that anyway.
You're too late, Spider-Man. I've already said the N-word. Goblin, you've gone too far.
You're out, Gobby, out of your
There
mind.
you go. You're out, Gobby. Out of Compton.
oh,
Straight out of Compton.
if either of you two watch this, I feel like you would everything. Actually, just the small things you didn't like about Brand New Day, y'all will have infinite amount of things to complain about this show.
I loved the
It
intro
is
song until it got
pretty
all
generic.
weird. Yeah.
You mean the rapping part? The show is, in my opinion, pretty generic, but at the same time, it is also one of those things where it's like, it's generic in the worst ways possible. It's generic in like the stuff you don't like in the Insomniac story mode games, and it's also Snake, one of your worst fears. You've complained about it in your recent Marvel versus Capcom Infinite, where it's just like, there's a lot of movie universe stuff that are being referenced here.
I can give that a pass on with this, just because it was supposed to be an MCU show.
Oh,
From Spider-Man's
interesting.
freshman year. So that's why the Norman stuff is so similar to the Tony stuff, because it was supposed to be a prequel about, or maybe after Civil War. It's supposed to be Spidey in his first year of high school.
Oh,
But then it
interesting.
became its own thing. I don't think because it just took so long to make, or if it was like the weird dynamic between Sony and Marvel getting weird around that time. So they thought, let's just make it its own thing.
Interesting. But yeah, so like in the show, they'll be like, Spider-Man's doing this, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, did you know Civil War happened? It's like, now Captain America is protecting Bucky. Yeah, interesting. Hey, did you know New York was invaded by Loki? Yeah, we just want to bring that up, just so you know. By the way, you see Daredevil here? He shows up, and it's like, it's his theme song, so it's like, and actually it's also voiced by Charlie Cox too. So
Great.
Yeah.
there's a couple of these. There's like, haha, of course. It's pretty generic. I don't think you guys will like it. It has a pretty good last 2 episodes. The next season might be interesting, but it's fine. It's okay.
I almost died from cringe with the millennial writing in one scene where he gets bit by the spider and he meets that new girl who's just like a brand new ass character. And she says
She's actually an existing character, but yeah.
really from the comics.
Is that Nico Minoru?
Nico, yes.
I only know who she is because she's in Midnight Suns.
Ah.
Oh, that's still
it.
so weird. Anyway,
A lot of Spidey's friends in the show are existing characters, just haven't gotten their powers yet, essentially.
gotcha.
So basically, all Spidey's friends are going to have superpowers.
Perhaps, yeah.
Because God forbid we have just like a normal cast of friends in one of these things, so having everyone get superpowers.
Everyone's involved with Spidey, essentially, in the show. And my...
Yeah, it's like what is the point? What is the point of the having this dichotomy between Peter Parker and Spider-Man? If his Peter Parker and Spider-Man lives are one and the same, if everybody who's part of the Peter Parker life knows he's Spider-Man, what is the point?
Which was also an issue of Brand New Day, where they did a pretty good job having him keep his mask on in every scene, but then like. Apparently, they said that no one saw his face during the operation. Like, the doctors didn't see it. I think Frank Castle might say that in the movie, that only he's seen his face or something. But I don't know.
Yeah, they did. They did say that.
Well. To be fair about that whole thing, he doesn't have any records. You literally can't find out who he is.
Oh, I didn't know
sure.
that. I just knew everyone forgot, I knew everyone forgot him. I didn't know he was struck from, like, birth certificates and stuff. But
Yeah, Peter
I'm
Parker just
pretty
doesn't
sure he is.
exist. That's how the rule works, essentially, yeah.
Which just make you wonder, like, how he can afford the stuff he has. Like, where does he get his money from?
that's the whole
I was
struggling
hoping they
thing.
would show the Daily Bugle. I was hoping.
They did make fun of that in the critics made fun of that too, actually. Yeah, we should have saw Daily Bugle. You're right. That would have been awesome. But they can't do that because
I felt like they were setting that up with like J. Jonah Jameson
they're-
from No Way Home. and
they're
whatnot.
clearly actively trying to. You're right. They did set it up in No Way Home, I guess. But again, you got to keep in mind the No Way Home guy has a completely different vision from the Brand New Day guy because No Way Home was meant to
Yeah,
start
it's a
a whole
different
new-
director.
well, not just that, but they were trying to take Spider-Man away from the MCU kind of and have his own entirely separate thing, but then decided against that at some point in between, and now like it's MCU Spider-Man again. That's why you saw J.
yeah,
Jonah
I
Jameson
don't
and all that,
blame
because
them.
they're trying to set up his own story. But then the new guy, probably Kevin Feige, actually probably said, no, you're not taking Spider-Man. We're still going to use him to shove in all of our MCU stuff.
Yeah, I don't blame them for not having him go off and do his own thing, because it's like, oh fuck, this is like the one thing that is consistently successful at this point. We need Spider-Man to be our like flagship character for the MCU. Because otherwise, the whole like Spider-Man is literally holding the entire MCU on his shoulders.
This movie
Very
made
few characters are able
so
to help
much
him with it.
money.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen like
Yeah.
the money it made? Oh my gosh.
I have seen. But what I wanted to say real quick
what were
is
we
the
on
Neighborhood
about?
Spider-Man show. I wanted to say one thing. I almost died of cringe with the one clip I watched. And this is the first clip, so maybe I just got unlucky. But he's talking to that Nico character. I think it's her at least. And she says her name.
Yeah, it is.
And he's been bit by the spider, so he gets woozy. And then he faints. And he hears some voices. And one goes, Peter, what happened? Did he just black out? And she goes, I don't know. I guess he didn't like my name. And I wanted to bang my head against the wall until I blacked out from how stupid that fucking line is and how much I hate millennial writing and I hate that we live here.
That's the thing, True Underdog. Like, if you hated that, prepare to smash your head 5 or 6 times per episode.
Because there's a lot of that. Okay, great. Oh,
That's why I'm a little worried if you want to watch the show. Just a heads up.
I'm not going to watch the show if that's the case.
Just a heads up. I feel like y'all will hate this show. Basically, it's got a lot of that. It's got a lot
all
of
I
that.
ask is for people to talk in a way that makes sense for people to talk. That's all I ask in decent writing.
But on to sort of cleanse myself, I don't hate that show, by the way. I think it's just okay, and it has a really good last 2 episodes. But to kind of cleanse myself a bit, I'm also starting Spectacular Spider-Man.
That show's amazing. Not
So
perfect.
y'all watched it, actually?
But
I'm
it's
just-
very good. I watched the whole thing. I watched all of Spectacular.
I watched it back when it came out. Yeah.
Okay. I'm on episode 7 right now. I'm on
Like
the
generally,
Green
people are
Goblin
going to
episode.
recommend a Spider-Man cartoon. It'll be that. Probably that one first, then Spider-Man the Animated Series from the 90s.
And the MTV
Like
one.
the big 2 that everyone
Gotta
loves.
watch the MTV one. It's like not even
Yeah,
close
yeah,
to the
pe-
comics,
pe-
but it's
people like that
okay because you kind of accept that. And it's 3D.
Well, yeah, because like that was clearly based on the film.
Oh, was it? Is that why it's like so weird? Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, and that's why the first thing that you get is Harry being like, "Oh yeah, Spider-Man killed my dad." It's like because basically the first film happened in this universe.
That's very
I
odd then
see.
because the villains
'cause,
are
like-
all like their own weird spin-off of villains. Like we don't get Black Cat. We get a Black Cat like knockoff who's Black Cat in every way except name. Anyway.
Yeah, because like when I asked my friend about like which like I'm not there's so many Spider-Man cartoons and apparently like a majority of them suck ass. So it's kind of hard to like tell which one
Most
are
of them
like
get cancelled. Let's put it that way. Most of them don't have endings.
or that too. But also it's like I've heard it's like people are just like, yeah, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man sucks. Let's go back to the 2017 one. No, shut the fuck up. Like how look, I don't like your neighborhood friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. The 2017 one, like how could you? Like how dare you? That was actual ass and whatnot. So there's like a whole like battle of like which one's worse and whatnot. But then everybody would tell you Spectacular is one of the best ones apparently.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like that show because when he's in his Spider-Man persona, he acts more adult, which is not only because he's probably putting on the character because he doesn't want you to know who he is, but also it just makes Spider-Man more likable because he loses that dumb kidsy side that was in a lot of the MCU versions, which I never liked because he still acted like Peter just wearing a mask. And Spider-Man is supposed to be more confident and act a bit different. So much so that in the comics, there's entire issues, and this story's been repeated, unfortunately, where he's been separated from Spider-Man, and they're two separate entities because their personalities are distinct enough that you can do that.
Interesting. I never knew about that. That's kind of cool. I also just kind of like the fact that I'm watching this, and it's like Peter actually has flaws. Like there's actually some conflicts of like pretty early on, which is the lizard episode, it's like he actually does something pretty kind of fucked up actually with like his friends, even though it's like he's doing it because he needs the money for Aunt May, and it's like it's like he kind of fucked over like a bit of his friendship with Gwen and stuff like that. Like
Had to
this is
happen.
actually, there's some depth here, there's some flaws, like ooh.
Also,
saucy.
when he makes a quip as Spider-Man, he doesn't feel the need to stop and explain, haha, I am making a quip. Do you get my quip? Do you understand the joke? Haha,
his quips are pretty
making a quip. He just makes a quip and moves on. Just like, yo, that's like a
clean
normal person.
Clean. I also, because I'm the episode I'm on right now is Green Goblin. I do like how Green Goblin is also making quips, and they're both kind of like going back and forth a little bit. It's kind of funny.
Oh yeah.
And I also do love seeing it's like look, they're back in Tokon now. That's awesome.
True.
Yeah, how good is Steve Blum as Green Goblin?
Pretty great.
Spider-Man.
I have to bring this up also. It was really funny whenever Steve Blum throws the Green Goblin bomb, and you hear whenever the bomb explodes, you hear a woo every time it explodes.
Well,
it's like every time it explodes, it's the same voice clip.
Fun fact about me, and I kind of recommend other people try this too. I muted all the voices in Marvel Tokon when I play. I just hear the gameplay music and fun sound effects.
Damn.
I don't hear the voices because they jibber jabber nonstop, and it really throws me off. It started off that way because of the guides, because I wanted to talk and do a guide. And if the character sits still for even 2 seconds, they go, "You gonna play the game?" Like they get all angry at you, and I'm like, "Really?" Shit. I unplugged my headphones. Are we better now?
Dog, can you talk again?
Oh.
Your microphone is cutting out. You're kind of switching your microphone.
It broke. It did. 1 sec.
Good thing that's 3 hours into the episode, so
Exactly.
It's a good sign. We should probably wrap this up.
Yes, indeed. How shall we end this?
Sonic needs to make a post about asking for more questions for the Q&A stuff.
Yes, that's a great thing to say. We should do some sort of like funny like pose or whatever, just to like I can use as like the picture for like the Q&A and whatnot.
There you go. Do it. Do it.
I don't know. We all got something funny there. I hope. Dog, did you do something funny? I wasn't looking.
I did not, but just keep me in there as is, I guess.
But yeah, so we'll have some more Q&A questions for the next episode. I think I'll stick with this for just a bit. What do you guys think about this angle, by the way? Do you like this more, or like me being closer or whatnot? Because you can kind of see like the stuff on my table because of that. But I'm constantly like, I have to look like this throughout the entire episode.
I personally prefer it zoomed out a bit, but I think it's fine.
Zoomed out a bit like this, right?
A bit further, I mean.
This is the annoying thing about this camera is like...
Well, you don't need to worry too... Well, I say don't worry too much about the current setup because you're going to be getting a new camera, so...
Exactly. I'll pay, I don't know, more money to get a better setup. I was thinking about the OBS bot, but in my country, it's like $300-400 like US dollars. It's not cheap, unfortunately. But I'll look into some other webcams, so we'll get there.
Guys,
we'll get there.
Let us know in the comments if you've got any Taiwan-friendly webcam suggestions.
Thanks everybody for watching. Hope you all have a Spidey day. I hope you all have a spectacular day.
That's funny.
No.
Please clap. He said it was funny.
That is funny.